All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. What's going on, guys? I think we are here. I'm gonna do a welcome to the World Series of Poker 2016 main event update show because no one out there is talking about the updates. There's nowhere. The only place to follow the updates is written on the WSOP.com website or on Twitter or on Poker News. No one's talking about it. No video. There ain't shit out there. So I decided let's fucking do a live stream show that will be that will last for the duration of the main event. So counting down from today until tomorrow, until the next day, until we get down to 9 people, we're going to figure out who every single person left in this main event is. We're going to take note of the notable players, and any dumb questions are going to be instantly timed out. So Flax, you're already back. If you ask a question that you can Google, I got to ban you. I'm sorry, I just got to, okay? I can't, I got to do it. For your sake, to teach you guys. But yeah, guys, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So we're gonna get into it right now. I'm just getting set up. I'm testing out this new layout that I made last night that I really like. Players left, 120. Perfect. Perfect, baby. Perfect. Let's get after it, man. What's going on, guys? See a lot of familiar faces in the chat. What's going on? I haven't been on Twitch in a while. It's been a long time. I've been I spent the last couple weeks in Las Vegas for the World Series of Poker, and I spent the time before that in Los Angeles. And if you follow my Snapchat, my video blogs, you know I've been having a lot of fun. So all right, let's set the table here. Let's see who's in this. Actually, I got to tweet this out. I got to tweet it out. I got to put it on the Twitter, put it on my Facebook group. Got to probably put it on Snapchat too. What up, Chris? What up, Old Sport? Got that Twitch, Bradical, what's up? JTS, Lee Jam, Ski 2, Eisenberg, my boy, Diesler, what's up, Deez? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. What's happening, man? What's going on? Let me get this link here going out here. You used to call me on my cell phone. What up, IU B-Ball? What up, what up? When is the next Keeping Up with the Poker show going to be? Me and Adrian's next episode of our show is going to be this week sometime. Me and Adrian, for those that don't see, we put out a show called Keeping Up with the Pokers, and that will be out this week. We've already done 2 episodes, and it's very, dare I say, GTO. But it's good stuff. We talk about maybe like 6 or 7 of the current happenings in the poker world. All right, let me formulate this tweet. I don't even know what I should. All right, is Wisner still in? She has big jugs. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna give you a timeout, man. I don't want to set I want to set a strong precedent here for Kim Jong's kingdom, okay? In the chat, I want to keep the fucking chat in line. I don't want the chat to be out of line like me in Las Vegas, or like my little brother around women. I don't want it to be out of line. I want it to be fucking in line. Let's keep it in line today, guys. Got big jugs. I got it. Okay, cool. All right, or maybe, who knows? What up, Baltic Beast, puppy? Yeah. So I talked with Dan Coleman on Snapchat, and I asked him why he slow rolled, and he said that he was punishing him for such a bad shove on the turn. So I mean, hey, he was definitely trolling with his slow roll on the turn. So we'll go over that hand, guys, in a second. What is this show called? World Series of Poker. Not gonna work. All right, guys, I'm putting this together in a tweet. Let's keep this simple. I'll be able to upload this to YouTube after. What are the odds Dan Cole makes the final table? Kind of fucking dumb questions that old sport. Come on, man. I don't know. What do you think the odds are? I don't know. Okay, there's 120 players left. He's currently chip leader. What do you think the odds are? I don't know, man. Like, who knows? I don't know. 120 to 1? Million to 1? Maybe that's a fair question. I think it's a bad question, but it's kind of a fair question. At the same time, it's I feel like that's whatever. That's okay. We got what's going on. Let's see who's still in this, man. We got 120 players left. We got Dan Coleman currently chip leader. We got William Kassoff, who I follow on Twitter, in second in chips. He had some incident with a woman, I believe. I didn't read much about it, though. We got Jared Blesnick, a.k.a. Harrington, in third in chips, the most loved player in the entire world. I actually talked with Harrington out there. We're going to get Harrington on a podcast, believe it or not, guys. It's going to be fun. Griffin Banger, GPI announcer, in sixth in chips. James Obst, the online beast himself, is eighth in chips right now. Valentin Vanacornu, name sounds familiar. I think I follow him on Twitter as well. He's 10th in chips. He lives in San Diego. I don't know much about him, actually. Allegedly smart. I don't know where read that somewhere. We got Paul Volpe in 15th place. Max Silver in 13th place. Tom Marchese, 17th in chips. Let's see some of these other names. Kenny Halyard. I know Kenny. He's 23rd in chips. I think he went deep a couple of years ago. Brian Yoon sounds familiar. All these names sound familiar in my head. Brian Piccole is... Well, now we got 116 left. So it's going to auto-refresh updates here. So now we might have we might have missed out on some. Let's see some other names in here. Tom Middleton sounds familiar. My boy Gordo, Mike Gordinsky, friend of the podcast. Ami Buri, me on PokerStars. Looks like he's in the mix. Big Hooney. That's Chris in 55th place. Gordon Bayo. I played all the PLO tournaments with Gordon. He's a young kid. 60th, Chris Claude Nicky, still alive in there. Cliff Josephie, legendary backer in the poker world. Jonathan Carmelakis sounds familiar. I think he plays online. No Limit. Don't know his screen name though. Let's see. M. Reed, he always goes deep in this thing. Used to play a lot of poker online. Now he lives in the United States. Doesn't play as much online anymore. Alex Keating, sounds familiar. Jesse Cohen, I believe he's a PLO guy. I think I played with him in 25K PLO. Shankar Palea, I know him. I've seen him in the same spot in Las Vegas during the World Series of Poker in back-to-back years somehow. Dietrich Fast, I believe he's friends with Doug. See who else we got here. Jay Less, I saw Jason Less in there. My boy Jason Less. John Turner, I think he's like a older school name. Oh yeah, Carmelakis is Monster Dong. I met him at the GPI thing. Okay, yeah. Monster Dong. That sounds familiar. Tyler Hancock, he's a guy that does the site Stake Kings. Andrew Chen, he's pretty well known too. Gail Bauman is the last woman standing, even though women get really fucking offended if you say last woman standing. Oh my God, we can't say that. But yeah, she's the last woman standing. And yeah, I think that's the notables right now. Is anyone else notable? Antoine Souet, I believe he went deep a couple years ago as well. Marcos Estracacocora from Brazil. He's got to be cool. He's from fucking Brazil. I've never seen a Brazilian that I didn't like. Per Lindes from Sweden. He's got to be fucking cool. Andre Konopoloko is from Belarus. He's got to be probably pretty cool too. He's the only person in Belarus. Pierre Marlin's from France. So I don't know, man. I guess we got love for these French motherfuckers. Yeah, we like the French people. You're right. My boy AD's from there. Let's see. How do I share? What about Blake Eastman? Who's Blake Eastman? Sounds familiar. Blake. Please don't tell me 97 is your birth year. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Blake Eastman. Let's see. All right, so we got his Twitter up here. So we're gonna figure out a way to incorporate the Twitters in here too. We're gonna be looking these players up during the broadcast, guys, and we're gonna figure out exactly who all some of these motherfuckers are. We're going to figure it out together. That's our goal, guys. Our goal is to figure out who every single person left in this tournament is. What kind of odds would you give Dan Coleman to win it all with the current ship lead? 5-1. Perlinde and Goran Mandic are pretty big on the EPT scene. All right, cool. Perfect. Perfect. HX Street says Blake Eastman owns Beyond Tells and School of Cards. I don't know what that is, but what does that mean? Beyond Tells. Beyond Tells? What the fuck does that even mean? How could you go beyond Tells exactly? How could you go beyond Tells? I don't understand this at all. What more is there? Let me make this smaller. All right, we're gonna look at these guys' things. All right. He has a YouTube channel and shit. Okay. What the fuck does he go beyond? I'm confused. What does he go beyond? I need to know more about Beyond Tells. All right, we're gonna go to the updates page here. We'll figure out how this is gonna work. Greg Raymer eliminated. I can't believe Greg Raymer still gives out motherfucking fossils. Some people when he busts them, it's crazy. The fossil man still giving out. All right, this is Beyond Tells. See what this is all about. Beyond Tells. Creating a new. Whoa, that's kind of sick. Okay, I'm in on this guy. Shout out to Beyond Tells. I don't want to vouch for it, but do sunglasses. I like this site. All right, cool, man. I'm rooting for this guy, Blake Eastman. Shout out to Blake Eastman, man. I'm rooting for this guy. Much love to him. Good luck to him. Wrong one. We're going to figure this out, guys. I'm trying this out. I planned this last minute. I wasn't planning to stream anymore. And I decided, fuck it. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. Puppy. Joe Flat. What up, Joe? B-Man Chess. What up, kid? Marc-Andre Ladisor. I don't know what that means. I'd start Coleman at like 15-1 or something. Maybe 20-1 to win the whole entire thing. Blake Eastman isn't a fan of the pod, though. How do we know that? How can you not like? What does he not like the pod? How do you not like the pod? I just don't understand. I don't understand. I can't like the pod. I don't understand. I can't. If you listen to it, it's hard not to like it. You get to hear from the best players in the entire poker world. I mean, it's like I don't know. How can you not like that? You don't want to hear it. You don't. I mean, whatever. That's fine. Okay. What up, you done, son? What's happening, buddy? The Big Hurt, fake ass stupid fossils. All right, come on, man. How do you know they're fake? Seriously, come on. Take it easy, buddy. Let's see some of these updates. It's good. I think this will be more fun once we get deeper in the tournament. But right now we're at 118. Not really climactic. I really didn't want to do it until we get down to 100, but I figured tonight I'd do an hour we'd update on who's left and look at some hands and stuff like that. Yippee Hippie says Roman Soybean, real sick player for Miami, runs the private 2550 with some of the biggest whales ever. This is the kind of information that we are looking for. Thank you, Yippee the Hippie. So now we know a little bit more about who these guys are. That is perfect. That is perfect. Let's see Greg Raymer. Nope. Eliminated by Kenny Hellrit. Patrick Mullany. Don't know who that is. We don't gotta know because now he's eliminated. Shout out to him. See if any of these hands are interesting. Michael Banducci doubles through James Obst, aka Andy McLeod, one of the sickest motherfuckers in online poker. BMC, what up, buddy? What's happening? D-Dog Killer, what up? D-Dog Poppy. Pseudonym 3. I see my boy D-Huber out there. What up, D-Hube? What's happening, brother? My buddy David. Make David a mod, man. We gotta make him a mod, this motherfucker. Yeah, guys. What's happening, man? What are you guys doing? It's currently 10:47 p.m. where I'm at right now. Alp's name is Andy McLeod. His name is Andy McLeod online. HX Street says he wants to see Dan Coleman go heads up. I agree. That'd be pretty fun. Meta 7, what up, puppy? What's happening, man? So let's go through some of these hands. So, Dimitri Chop. What a great name that is. Last woman standing. You know, the women hate this. The women, like, they fucking hate it. Last woman standing. Why would you? Oh, my. Can you not single me out as just, I want to be the last player standing, not the last woman standing? I mean, it's like, it's cool. It's, like, good for, like, I think it makes things fun. I don't know. Like, what are they so mad about it for? I got to talk with Kate Hall, my resident woman issues expert, because I just don't, like, last woman standing, like, it's this, I don't know, last old motherfucker standing. I'm sure they have that one of the last old motherfuckers still alive. Like, there just happens to be a lot of old motherfuckers still in the thing, so they happen to last longer. There's just not many women in the thing. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun, man. I think people are interested in that. A lot of women, especially, they want to know who the last woman standing is. Do they? I don't know if that's true. I'm speculating. I got to be honest with you. Let's see, man. Let's see. Grinding cash at the Chicago Horseshoe, man. That's what's going on. Did you see the Kuvanov incident where he was given a penalty for telling the girl she should fold? No, I didn't. Last black guy standing. Listen, if there is any black guys playing, there'd probably be a last black guy standing, wouldn't there? But now many black guys play the event. How many black guys play poker? They'd probably have something like that, I would assume. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the chip counts on the left-hand side for tomorrow. I think I'm going to do something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to set this up. I kind of want to put the last Poppy standing. I kind of want to put updates on the, I don't know what I want to do on the left hand side. I can't figure this out exactly how I want the structure of this setup to be. So, yeah, link me to the Kasuf incident, please. Thank you. Need left side of the screen with Twitter feed. All right, but I got a lot of porn that comes. Like I follow some porn stars. I have mutual porn star friends, and they post nudes on there, so I can get banned from Twitch. So I don't want to just have my like naked Twitter feed up there without anything. Total left is 100. Come on, BMC, it's on the screen. I can't. Come on, it's on the screen, BMC. You've been around here for a long time. You know, you understand, man. You know how it works. It's on the screen. Do you have a tentative streaming schedule for tomorrow? I do not. No, I do not. Come on in, bro. Come. Oh, you coming in? Where are you going, man? You want to give the people some you want to give the people some words of wisdom?
Live life, play poker.
Yeah, talk in the mic, buddy.
You gotta live life, play poker, you know?
You gotta live life and play poker. What's that mean? So live life and play poker, okay? That's all you gotta say to him? Anything else you want to add? You got the spotlight right now.
Stop sending Joey nudes, you freaks.
Who sends me nudes?
Saying, right?
No. Hey, no one's. Who sent me nudes?
You said something.
Yeah, I don't want to.
That about.
Bro, you're done. Hit the showers, buddy. Hit the showers, man. You're like a dinosaur. Okay, okay. You're good. Honestly. Okay, you're fine. Go ahead. No, he's not old enough to play poker. Give him my hat back, bro. Fucking nuts. You beat up on stream. Back, man. Tripping over here, man. He's cool though. He's cool. You going home? Yeah. Why are you going home? Church. Yeah, all right. I'll see you later, buddy. All right, brother. Peace out, man. I'll see you. Why are you taking my pistachios? My pistachios. I bought the fucking pistachios. $8.99. Yeah, I'm gonna eat them for sure. I'm gonna eat them, Poppy. See the pistachios here. All right, fine. Take them with. All right, guys. That's my little bro, 2200 Cool, aka Big Dog, aka Yardstick, aka Stallion, aka Little Bro. I'm not in Vegas anymore, guys. I just got back. I could not take it anymore. My mind was being lost in Vegas, so I had to come back home. I'll get into that. So this was a situation that happened earlier here in the main event between the guy second in chips, William Kassoff, and a woman. Stacy Madsen. My name ain't Earl. What up, puppy? Says the girl Kasov got in a confrontation with runs the WSOP Dealer Academy. She has business partners with the Mizrakis. I love how Earl just fucking knows all this stuff just from his little Twitter happenings there. All right, it says there's more than 600,000 in the pot as the river card arrives on the board. William Kasov, his head's up in opposition, and he moves all in with his big stack, bang bang. Then that puts the decision on Stacy Madison, who has Matusan, who has 490,000 chips left in front of her. While Matusan deliberates, the cameras gather around, and Kusov starts chanting, "You don't want to be eliminated in front of the whole camera crew, do you? The whole world." By this time, a watchful floorman has arrived, and he gives Kasov a verbal warning about his conversation. Kasov, however, doesn't stop. He continues to offer bits of conversation, including things like "lay it down and don't go broke in this hand." Okay. Now Matsun is getting upset, and she pleads with the floorman for some help. How is his hand still alive? What the fuck is she crying about? What? The floorman repeats his warning to Kasov and explains that he and Kasov will have a discussion after the hand. Kasov continues to peck, though, and the floorman has had enough. "If you say one more word before the hand is over, I'm going to give you a penalty." "I'll handle this one," tournament director Jack Eichel says, suddenly stepping into place. Kasov is not done trying, though. He complies with the order to remain quiet, but he mimes and gestures and waves his hand at Matusan while she thinks. He zips his lips with his fingers and then plays charades with "you show, I'll show," acting it out several times. Eiffel now issues him another verbal warning. "How about a clock?" someone at the table asks. "We want to play too." Matusan is not happy with the time limit imposed on her, and she lets the clock tick all the way down to 0 before open mucking. Kasuf, on the other hand, is particularly pleased with himself. "Do you want to see it? Do you?" Matusan nods. "Double gutter." "And I missed," Kasuf says, showing 9 high like a boss. Big heart of a lion. Kasov is quickly pulled aside by Jack Eiffel, who issues a 1-orbit penalty for taunting. "How dare you call the clock on me?" Matusan says as she stands up together. So what the fuck? Yo, is this real? Holy fuck, man. I mean, I don't think the guy should get a penalty. You can't taunt? People do that shit all the time. I don't understand. People do this kind of stuff. I mean, not like, they do this like, I mean, not all the time. Let's not get carried away. But yeah, I guess I can see it. It makes sense. People don't really do it much anymore. I gotta take that back. Yeah. I like how like bent out of shape the opponent in the hand got. The person Matusan got in the hand. Maybe it worked. I don't know. Maybe yeah, maybe it worked. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys probably think he's an asshole, huh? All right, I'm gonna get my buddy Daniel Dvoress here on the line. All right, brah. Take care, cuh. Peace out, brah. This is the NWO, a breed of politically correct pussies. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. People love bitching about things. Apparently, he didn't get the penalty for taunting because his language was directly trying to influence an action, which isn't allowed anymore, thanks to Jamie Gold. Did you play in the main event? No, I didn't. I don't play No Limit Hold'em. You used to call me on my cell phone. Can I do a voice call with him on here? Let's see if this works.
Yo, what up?
Oh, Oak Soda, can you hear me?
Wait, talk again?
Can you hear me?
No, yes. Why are you calling me on Messenger?
Because I didn't want to load up Skype.
Okay, cool.
All right. I think I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn your audio up louder here, my friend.
Sorry?
I said I'm gonna need to figure out how to turn your audio up louder.
Yeah, you're really quiet as well. Try maybe.
I'm just gonna go on Skype. I'll call you on Skype.
On my computer and then call you back.
I'll just call you on Skype.
Okay.
All right, bye. All right, let's see if we can make this happen here. I'm gonna call up my buddy Daniel Dvoress, aka Oxoda, friend of the podcast, guest of the podcast, high stakes online cash game player. former Supernova Elite before they took it away, I believe. GTO at life, GTO at love, GTO at all facets of the word. You're not on my screen. Who is the biggest hussy female in the poker world, Poppy? Tell me what that means, and then I will. I'll tell you I'll tell you who it is. I actually want to talk about dating women in the poker world because it's a pretty interesting dynamic that happens because in the poker world, before Daniel gets on here, in the poker world you have like tiers of women that are in poker. So what I mean by that is you have people that are on the fringes. So you have like dealers, you have massage girls, you have relatives, you have Mall American Day food runners, you have oh my fucking god, you have like so you have like these fringe players kind of thing who don't really know much about poker but are kind of around poker. Then you have like the live 1-2 players, the live 2-5 players. The people who got jobs, they're like recreational women who go play live 1-2, 1-2-5, and sometimes in their local casino only, but then they travel or they have Twitter and stuff like that. Then you got the tournament players who, all right, well, Daniel, never mind. I got to finish that thought another time. But trust me, that's gonna be a foot soldiers, yeah. Let me make this happen here.
All right, this should be. Why can't I hear you?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Polk Sota? He can't hear me.
Yeah, that's weird. I can't hear you at all.
How can he know? How do you know I'm saying that?
Oh, that's because I didn't have the volume on. That makes so much sense.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. I can kind of hear myself there on your side. Just
I can
turn down a little bit.
solve that very quickly.
Perfect.
1 sec. I'm gonna grab headphones.
Perfect. All right, guys, I got to update the title. Black guys don't play the main event. Callie Dunk says, "I'll set the over under at 5." No, I mean you see, you know what? No, I don't want to say that. That's a tell. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say it. Jason Gooch eliminated by Jesse Cohen. What a great name that is. Goochton's over 4-2. Wait, what? How would he have 4-2? Oh, he only had 25,000 left. All right, are you good?
Oh yeah.
All right, let me adjust your audio. All right, good. Go ahead and talk again.
This is me talking.
All right, one more time.
Me trying one more time.
Okay. Good. Guys on Twitch, let me know if it's how the levels are and if I need to adjust it. But yeah, man, what's happening with everybody? For those who don't know, Daniel are you still playing a lot of online poker right now, Poppy?
I actually haven't been for the past couple of months, and it's been pretty awesome. I just took a bunch of time off in the summer.
So Daniel is obviously living pretty GTO when it comes to life, so he decided to take a couple months off here.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even go to Vegas. How crazy is that, right?
Yeah, I know. I was expecting to see you in Las Vegas this year, and buddy, you remember how I got out of line at PCA? I got very out of line at the World Series of Poker this year too.
Well, yeah, I'm actually kind of upset I missed that. Maybe we can get you out to, come to Barcelona. That's a pretty good place to get out of line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to get out of line with some Spanish girls, Poppy. I'm gonna end up living.
No. That is exactly who you want to get out of line with.
I mean, I'm not against the idea. I'll put it like that. But I'm definitely.
I think I just gotta talk you into it.
I spent too much money and I was in LA for 3 weeks, and I was in I was in LA for 3 weeks, and then I was in Vegas for 3 weeks. So I spent a lot of money. So
Well, yeah, LA will do that to you, and I guess Vegas will too.
yeah,
Did you enjoy your time in Vegas though?
I enjoyed my time, dude. I got so out of line. I mean, and I put this on Twitter. I can't even talk about the things I did. Because, like, this is the thing. I can't talk about it in no way. One, I can't. I can't. I don't even know how to word it. I don't even know how to word it. That's like I want to, but I just can't. I need like a private Twitter account with people who I know like would just like never say anything about anything. You know what I mean?
You need to hire someone that can express all of the things that you want to express in a way that could be publicly acceptable on Twitter.
Listen, these things that I'm talking about are not. They're gonna be.
They're just never publicly
They're
acceptable.
gonna be like praised by. They'll be praised by like the guys who want to be. But there's gonna be like a certain subsection of people who are like that's just out of line.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, especially like with the amount of just random people that follow you.
Right. Yeah. I don't. I mean, I'm not really that out of line. It's just.
There are times that
Yeah.
call.
Just during Vegas, like, what happens in Vegas is like, I was talking about this earlier. So, guys, we have 114 people left in the main event. So this is like, I just kind of want to do a stream, give a little update on some chip counts and stuff like that. While today was going on, I wanted to get Daniel on with me because he can't come on tomorrow, but he's probably gonna come on Monday. But yeah, like in Vegas, so what happens is like all the women in poker are obviously there. So a lot of them are in Vegas, and you don't ever get a chance to see a lot of the women in poker. You only really get this 5-6 week period of time. So all the ones that are super aggro with you throughout the entire year, they ramp up the aggression especially hard during this time, and you're going out drinking a lot. You're staying out till 5-6 a.m. You're having a good time.
I actually, yeah, and I never thought of that. Like, if you think about it, then it turns out that Vegas is kind of like, when you go to like summer camp or something,
Yeah.
and things just get crazy, like as a kid. I guess it's just summer camp for adults. That's really what it is
It
for
kind of
adult poker players.
Yeah, and it's weird because you'll have the poker players who are mainly just playing poker. You have some who play just cash games, some who play tournaments, some who don't really go out at all, some who like to go out, and then you got it's a big summer camp, but it's a fun. It's like a landmine. Honestly, it's like a landmine out there, Poppy.
You're recovering now?
I'm definitely recovering. I'm slipping back into diet, slipping back into my workouts, playing a lot of poker, playing a lot of PL online. And hanging out with my brother, hanging out with my family, and staying the fuck away from bad influence in life.
Right on. Good for you.
But yeah, man. Have you been following up any of the updates here? Did you see any of the notable names that are still left in it?
Absolutely not. I should pull all of that
Well,
up.
Poppy, let me tell you. Let me give you some chip counts, man. Let me tell you what you got here. Gotta put that on Twitter. So we got 112 people left out here, guys, and William Kassoff from England is in the chip lead, and he's right ahead of Dan Coleman. You know Dan Coleman, right? You heard him before?
Yeah, I've played with him a little bit too, and I've played with Will actually too. He's quite a character.
Did you see the incident he got involved in with some woman at the table?
I did not see the incident. I read a quick tweet about it, or maybe a Facebook post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I don't know. We'll talk about it in a second. Let me see who's up here at the other people. We got Griffin Banger, third in chips. Jared Blesnick, fourth in chips. Yeah, that would be great. Michael Nowinski. Does that name sound familiar to you? He's from Canada, from Burnaby.
That name does not sound too familiar to me. No.
Here, pull up the chip counts on your side, because you're probably going to know some names that I might not know too. So you can maybe give us some insight, or give the people some insight on some of these guys who we might not know.
Yeah, I'm working on that. See, I confused myself, and I went to your YouTube channel thinking stuff would be on there, and it wasn't. So
Technically, I'm on Twitch right now,
oh,
but I sent you the link on Facebook.
but yeah, I got the chip counts up. All right, so yeah, William Kassouf, he talks a lot. Very Very fun to play with, but one of those borderline personalities. Dan Coleman, I think kind of everyone knows who that is. Griffin, I'm not sure if he still lives in Toronto.
I think he was working for the GPI as the announcer, so he's living in Malta there for a bit.
Okay, yeah. He spent a few years, I think, living in Toronto. Let's see, who else do I... Well, James Opes, I recognize.
Andy McLeod on PokerStars, one of the best.
Yeah, Max Silver, Paul Volpe. Oh, wow, there's actually a lot of notable names here.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what we were saying. We were going. We got Tom Marchese over there in 20th,
Yeah.
21st. Antoine Souet, I believe he made a final table a couple years ago.
That name, I don't... I've seen the name before, but I can't put a face to it.
Yeah, I can't either. Well, luckily we got Google. We can look it up. Look up the guy's face. Let's see. Antoine Souet. This is kind of what the show's about. We're just gonna be taking a look at some players. I just wanna figure out who are some of these guys. Let's see if we can get.
Yeah, so he is...
Never seen this guy in my life. I feel like in Vegas, during the series, there's always a bunch of guys that you see around, but you don't.
I've definitely seen him somewhere. I recognize the face.
Okay.
I'm just looking through his Hendon mob, and it looks like he has quite a lot of EPT scores actually.
32 years old from France.
Yeah. He's actually got almost 5 mil in lifetime earnings.
But how much did he lose?
How much did he lose? It's probably a lot because his best live cash is 3.5 million. So, when it's like one score is such a big proportion of your winnings, but you have a lot of tournaments, you probably lost a lot.
Where's the best live cash? That was the main event, I believe. Yeah, the World Series Poker main event in 2009, he got 3rd place. Yep.
Wow, must be nice.
I know, yeah, it must be nice, huh? For sure. He made a final table in 2009. All right, thanks, Joe. Much love, Poppy. Much love, much love. How many former November Niners are left? I think he might be the only one. Is that true? My buddy D. Huber said, my buddy Dave, Chris Klodnicki is currently listed number 58 according to official WSOP chip counts. The Hendon Mob has him at number 62 on all-time money list with 8.4 million. Very nice.
Gordo's still in.
Gordo's still in, of course. Mike Gordinsky, friend of the podcast, guest to the podcast. Max Silver, is that his name?
Yeah, Daniel Zach I recognize, but I haven't seen him around in a while.
What about Marcos Extercoulter? Marco Extercoulter.
For what place is he in?
From 31st.
Let me Google that really.
He's from Brazil. He's got to be. Oh shit! This guy looks like a boss. Yo,
wow.
Look at this fucking guy, dude. He looks like a boss.
Man. Sure I've never played with him because I would remember.
What up, cuh?
Yeah.
What up, G?
Get a face like that.
Yeah. West Side. What up? Bang bang. Look at this guy, man. He looks dope. All right, I'm on board with this guy. Marcos Excarot. He's my pick to win, and he's from Brazil, so the rail will just be super lit. Anytime a Brazilian guy wins, the rail is super lit. Ami Bari, aka me, on the leaderboard right now. He looks like Kim.com. He kind of does, dude. He kind of does. Did this guy win did he win the Aussie Millions? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's serious. I think that's someone else. Yeah, this guy has a couple cashes at the Brazilian Series of Poker and 2 other World Series of Poker. He actually cashed in a deep stack extravaganza at the Venetian for $1,200 this year too during the series. So, shout out to him. Much love. Lawrence SX says Brian Yoon, kid's a beast. Don't know much about him. Diedrich Fast, obviously Jay Less, of course. I think Monster Dong was in there as well too. Any other names in here that you recognize?
Yeah, the 2 you said, and Alex Keating.
Tony Gregg. Dietrich Fast exposed as a secret member of the Empire. That is confirmed. What is that guy's online name? Dietrich Fast.
God, how am I blanking on this?
No, Big Hooney.
It's like the number 2 PANCER something W. It's like 2 Pants or something.
Sounds really familiar. Sounds really familiar.
With some W and an R in there.
Okay. Big Hooney, Chris. I don't know how to say Chris's last name. Hunachini.
Hunicini. Yeah,
Hunachini
let's
said
go with that.
the dream is over. Got it in with 9-10 and diamonds on the Jack 8-6 diamond down flop against Jerry Wong. Middle set for around 4 million chip pot. GG Poppy. GG Big Hooney. Johnny Bax obviously still in there too. Oh, Tupac NRW. Thank you, Winnem. Okay. Got it. Name sounds familiar.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, really cool. I have some. I got someone helping me out here. Kakwan Lau is apparently Kaju 85, and I'm sure you've played with him.
What? Wait a second. That fucking PLO guy?
Yeah, the PLO guy.
What?
And he also used to play a bunch of No Limit too.
No way.
Yeah,
Kaju
that
80.
guy.
You fucking serious? That guy's a legend, man.
Yeah. You saw his graph, right? Where he was just like, he grinded up like 1 million or something, and then it was just like a total disaster. And I think he bounced back after.
He's playing
so
like
what place is he in?
2-5 Zoom a year ago. He's 17 chips. Wow, Kaju 85, KAJA 85 on Stars, a fucking legend. I don't care. I'm gonna call that guy a legend, man. I don't even care. That guy's fucking he played all stakes, moved up, moved down. That's Key Win. Am I saying his name correctly? Guy Win? Key Win? I don't know if I can say his name.
Key Win. Yeah, it's probably Key.
Okay, Key Win. All right, I'm searching for Key Win.
Actually, no, because the Key that I know is Canadian. So I am thinking of.
Aurora Chad, this is the sickest final 110 ever. I mean, I don't think so. Because there's no, I think from like maybe our point of view, I don't think so either. But there's really no super well-known people left in here that I think the general public is going to be able to gravitate to or get excited about, except Gail Bauman, because she's less female and as much as females don't want to. That's going to matter a little bit to the general public, I believe. But I don't necessarily think anyone in here has that sort of impact. What do you think? What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I think, but from like a grinder perspective, though, this lineup is definitely super sick. Like just like looking at all these names, it seems like a pretty tough field, you know?
No, I definitely agree with that for sure.
Like a lot of crushers, but yeah, what you're saying, definitely true. For someone just casually watching, kind of hard to pick someone to follow.
Right, like, and that's kind of what, you know, just from talking with a lot of people in Las Vegas. Actually, Winnipeg Grinder said Kakwan Lu is the PLO guy, Joey, not Queen and Win.
Yeah, the guy Kakwan Lau.
He in it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to look for his name.
Oh, he is 34th in chips from Hong
he's-
Kong.
okay.
Oh, okay. Kakwan Lau. Okay. All right. This makes way more fun. A Saturday night and you're at home? Yeah, man, I'm at home to do this, man. This will be on YouTube right after I get done, guys. But yeah, I was out of town. I literally went out for 45 straight nights. Okay, guys. I need a couple nights off. My little brother was just. I need a couple nights off. So, yeah, I think. Yeah, like the general public, they get really excited. I really should have talked with more of the general public in Las Vegas, like those casual fans who play poker. I guess they enjoy poker. They like playing it. They play semi at a decent pace, but they never really check out online. They never really check out 2+2 or Twitter or that kind of stuff. So they really only know people that are on television. I would be curious to see, like, if no names are in that they recognize, how they feel. Like if they get more excited when names that they recognize are going to go deep in the tournament. But you could argue that there's just not that many names as well that are still really relevant, because all the old names don't really have success at poker anymore. So
Yeah, it's a little bit tough, and I definitely agree with you. Just comparing it to how I would watch some sport that I'm just a super casual fan of. Like if I'm watching some sport and it's just I recognize zero of the athletes, I'm not that interested.
Yeah, I'm the same way, especially like, watch basketball. And it's maybe something to do about you want to watch the best players in the world play too, or people that you at least perceive to be the best in the world. And I think most casual fans perceive names they recognize to be the best in the world and not really understanding that those guys aren't actually the best in the world. So, Andrew Chen eliminated in 113th place, A Chen by Diedrich Fast.
That's too bad.
We're definitely rooting for A Chen. Would you ever do a live at the bike PLO cash cam? Of course I would do that, man. I love live at the bike. A cool ass show. Shout out to my boy Lyman, man. We got about 110 people left, guys. I think they're playing for. Are they done soon? Again?
I'm not sure. So it was what, 2 levels, and they started
When did I?
like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was texting Jason, Jason Less a little bit ago. 9:42. Yeah, I think it ends in about 20 minutes.
24 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Winnipeg says, I feel like Dan Coleman has enough star power to get the casual fans excited. That actually might be.
I'm not sure about that because he doesn't talk too much. Like, he doesn't do, in terms of not at the table, but in terms of doing interviews, like, people outside of poker really don't know anything about him because he's such a mysterious personality.
Right. And I mean, unless you watch the podcast with him that he was on my podcast, but only 30,000 people, only 30 or 40,000 people watched that one. Right. The casual, but obviously we've established the casual poker fan for the most part isn't on YouTube. I mean, the podcast got 30 or 40,000 views, but that's not many when you think about casual poker fans in America.
Yeah, we gotta get them on somehow.
Mitchell Watson flops quads against Jared Blesnick. Mitchell raises all in 670K. Got sevens. Blesnick has aces. Flop 8, 7, 7. Quads. Easy game. What a feeling that must be, dude. Going deep in the main event. 15 big blinds. Shove all in. Flop quads against aces.
And then shout, fuck yeah.
Yeah, shout, fuck yeah, exactly. Paul 2. Paul, yes, I'm in, man. I know. I'm in for a PLO live at the bike. I'm definitely. That'd be fun. I'd love to play that, yeah. I like to play like televised or streamed PLO events where you can see other people's whole cards, and I think it's kind of fun. It's like a different experience to do. So, see some of these other comments here. No future for you says Dan Coleman will be made into a superstar. People at home will be told how amazing he is, and the general public will assume they know him.
So what am I reading? Am I behind in the comments? What am I reading here?
What are you reading? I'm reading on the Twitch comments right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm. If Dan Coleman wins, it's not even his largest score.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick. Pretty sick. Yeah, Remco. Yeah, if you guys want some good coverage on Snapchat, follow Remco Renkema on Snapchat. He's been posting some really good stuff. His Snapchat name is Happy Freaked, I believe. Let me make sure I got the right name.
Yeah, make sure that's not his, because I know that's his poker news name.
It's Remco Media on Twitter, and his Snapchat is Happy Freaked. I'll put it up on the screen right now, guys. You guys can see.
And I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Just gotta get a glass of water.
Yeah, it's Happy Freaked right here. HappyFreaked. But yeah, he's been posting a lot of behind the scenes stuff from the World Series of Poker. Got that Twitch says, I feel like Dan will pull a Fedor and step away from the game if he wins the main. I don't know. I don't think so. After talking with him on the podcast, I think he'll still always play poker in some regard. I think Fedor will always play poker too. Like Fedor will always play the main event. He just might not come out and play the whole entire series. So, when's the Skype call with the ginger from EDC? Shit, I wish we could get her on the podcast, man. If you guys don't know the ginger from EDC he's referring to, I met this girl on the way home from EDC in Las Vegas. It's a music festival. And she was a 85-pound redhead girl. And she was in the back of the party bus. I was there with the girl I went with. And then the ginger was there next to me. And then her friend. And then Dungeons and Dragons kind of guy. And then a drug dealer in front of us. So there's this 21-year-old kid sitting in front of us on the party bus. At 7 a.m., pulls out a bag of pills. Honestly got 120 pills in there. 120 pills of Molly. I'm just like, what is happening here, man? Little kid to my right, the little ginger girl. She looked like she's 14, but she allegedly 18 or 19, and her friend was 19 too. So they start buying drugs from each other. They're talking Dungeons and Dragons type talk. I wasn't sure what they were saying. Then I start talking to her, and she tells me how she is one of the freakiest fucking girls. She is just likes anything and everything. She wants to be treated like a bop it. She wants to be twisted, pulled, hit it. I mean, this fucking girl, man. She's basically, and I was with a girl, so I couldn't, like, she couldn't really. She was still trying to do something. She's probably on Molly as well too. That's gonna make the women. You hearing this, Dan?
I came back at the perfect timing.
Yeah.
Like
This is a girl I met her on the party bus from EDC. She was with one of her friends, like a blonde girl. The blonde and her friend, they're wearing underwear. Her friend was wearing underwear and like a bra, and just had her legs like sitting with her legs open in the back of the bus. I'm like, what? I'm like, I can see your vagina right there. Like they're your short. Your underwear, right? She's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm like, okay. I'm like, dude, man, these kids are so out of line, and they're from coincidentally enough, they're from Chicago. So, but no, I didn't. Yeah. Shout out to her, man. Much love to her. Appreciate her. Yeah, that's what you missed at EDC this year, Poppy.
Jeez.
Are you disappointed by that?
A little bit.
What have you been doing with yourself this summer? You and your girlfriend been hanging out?
Yeah, I've just been chilling. I've been studying poker a little bit, poker-wise, doing some coaching, and then otherwise just going camping a lot, going hiking, fishing, stuff like that. I'm still actually feeling the burnout from Monaco and Scoop.
Mm-hmm.
I just grinded so hard that, yeah, I'm still feeling the effects, and I just feel like I deserve some time off.
How'd your scoop end up?
It could have been worse. I uh, I got unstuck on the very last day.
Very nice. Were you playing cash, or what'd you get stuck playing?
No, I ended up winning 5 satellites to the main, like 2 hours before it started.
Okay, easy
That
game.
was, like, the only like, and that is exactly what I needed to break even for like Scoop MTTs, and I was so happy.
Easy game. Easy game. Oh, it's I got a hand here. William Kassoff loses chip lead. That's Jason Les raises to 150,000 from the small blind. William calls in the big blind. Flops Queen 4-2, two spades. Les checks Kassoff, who bets 235,000, and Les check calls. The turn is an ace of hearts, so it's ace queen 4-2. Both players check. The river is a 2, which pairs the board, so it's ace queen 4-2-2. Both players check again. Les shows ace 2 of diamonds for a full house, and Kassoff shows the queen of clubs before mucking. And yeah, so interesting hand, I guess. So Jason raises ace 2 from the small blind, flops bottom pair, backdoor straight draw, backdoor and a flush draw, check calls. And then Kassoff flops top pair, chooses not to bet the turn, and then chooses not to value bet the river potentially, or I guess.
Yeah, well, he's chopping with a queen, right? So
Yeah, he's shopping with the queen. I guess he probably doesn't expect him to fold the queen if he does choose to bet the river.
yeah, kind of hard to get like a queen to fold, given that he probably expects Jason to expect him to bet an ace on the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he doesn't expect him to fold a queen, doesn't really expect to get called by worse. So
Yeah,
I think
something I like doing on the turn is, well, I guess I maybe this is more at PLO, but I like bet. Well, it's just going to be different for PLO because people are going to be, when people check call this board at PLO, they usually have weaker flush draws with like a jacks or something like that. Or so when you have a queen and the ace comes on the turn, you sort of want to bet to protect your hand. Whereas at no limit, that might not, like, let's say when you do get check called here, what kind of hands are you getting check called by that are going to raise the small blind? And I guess it depends on the dynamic that they had, but I guess they would contain a 2, a 4, or ace high type hands. So it does make some sense to check back turn, check back river.
yeah, you're just thinking of it, I think, in a very much like PLO equity protection way.
I really am.
But like in no limit, it's like the guy either turned an ace, which is completely reasonable for a lot of hands, like for him to just have check called ace high, and you're drawing pretty dead against an ace.
Right.
Or he just has a 4 or like pocket eights or something. So it's just like way ahead, way behind scenario, really.
Yeah. Whereas
No limit.
yeah, it's so weird. Like people say, why didn't you play the main event? Like,
wait, you didn't play the main event?
No, I didn't, man. I got after I busted. I played the $25,000 PLO event, and I busted that. I was just like walking around. I was just so sad, man. Fucking So sad. Sean Winter, it was me, Sean Winter, and Saucin and three-way all in, and Sean Winter had the worst hand pre-flop. Obviously, won the hand because Sean Winter runs well. Shot the pot B, but yeah, I was walking around the Rio. It was just like heads down. I've been away from home for a month and a half. I just wanted to get the fuck out of Vegas, man. I just wanted to leave, so I got out of there like a day later. Of course, I donated some money in the cash games, playing in a very non-GTO state of mind, but yeah.
Yeah, I get that feeling, man. And it's like that's kind of one thing that's always bugged me about the way EPTs are organized. Like you show up there, you play like 100K, then you play like a 50K one day, and then you just grind out 5Ks for the rest of the trip. And you just brick everything in the beginning. You're getting towards the end of the trip, and you're like, oh great, yeah, now I have to play the main,
Right.
and not even feeling particularly excited at that point.
Yeah, I guess from that point, you're just like, I need to cash eighth to break even on the trip.
Yeah.
It's such like a yeah. You're in such a bad spot there. It looks like we got to double up Cliff Josephy, aka Johnny Bax, very legendary person in the poker world history. Doubles up through Vladimir Kashkabian. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta refresh. Oh yeah.
Tom Marchese knocks out a guy. It looks like we're down to, I think we got less than 110. But yeah, you kind of experienced that same thing during the Scoop, right? So you mentioned you got the Scoop main event coming up, and well, yeah, I mean, if you broke even by winning 5 seats, then you would have needed to get final table, right?
Yeah, final table would have done it for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe even not final table.
To break even.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, online's a little bit different.
How can you, man? So I got to say, like grinding these events, so the first day ones of the PLOs I played were, shout out to me for making it that far, to actually know what it feels like to have to play a full day. It was like 12-hour days, right? And then you got to come back again for think about this main event, right? You got to do like a 10 or 12-hour day one, then a day 2, then a day 3, a day 4, a day 5, a day 6. You're sitting in these uncomfortable chairs. You're not eating anything. You're fucking on the edge the entire time for these days straight. You're not really communicating with the outside world too much. Like it has to be so draining to make it to this 5th or 6th day, and then like you just have to be on such fucking edge.
I don't know. I kind of enjoy it. Like I actually feel like it gives me an advantage a little bit because I think I do things off the table a little bit better than most people.
You 100% have to.
Yeah. So at that point, it's like, it's the same thing at the EPTs. By the time that it gets to day 8 or day 9, everyone's kind of tired. Everyone's got bags under their eyes. Everyone's trying to stay awake.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can kind of, keep healthy, eat healthy, go to the gym every day before you go play and get into the cycle, then you can definitely get an edge on everyone that way.
Yeah, I think that's I've heard people talk about it on the podcast, but I didn't really understand exactly what they meant by the World Series being a grind and by how important these away from the table type of activities could be. But as you mentioned, a proper diet or drinking water, I mean, honestly, just staying hydrated and working out, I think those have to be. I underestimated those, honestly. At live poker and live tournaments, especially during the series, I definitely underestimated the importance of those things. And I think those, if you're doing those have to be able to give you an advantage. I mean, I just don't see how they couldn't.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things where if you don't do it, like for the first 5 days, it doesn't matter. You could do whatever, and it's only like 5 days. The adrenaline will carry you through, whatever. But then what ends up happening is if you just don't take care of yourself for 5 days in a row, by the time day 6 or 7 hits, you're just dead, and it's too late to recover.
Yeah, because then you got to wake up the next day. You go to the Rio at 11 or noon or whatever time the restart is. Yeah, it's looks like Donnie Peters on Twitter says Deuce on the River kept Gail Ballman alive with a double, and the rail of spectators went nuts. Bang bang. What I like to see. What I like to see, man. So we want Gail Ballman to go deep, the last woman standing, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be good for, it's good for the TV coverage, I believe. I think it's just good for it, like. I got to talk with Kate Hall, obviously, about these things. Like I'm speculating, but I feel like that helps to empower other women to believe that, well, then, maybe, I mean, obviously women have gone deep in the past, so maybe it's not necessary to happen every year, but I feel like it probably reaffirms the feeling for a new generation or woman, or maybe some women that have lost desire, or maybe some women that, I don't know. I feel like it definitely has to have an impact on some people.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree completely. And if anything, it's kind of like a free roll, you know? Like there's no negatives to a woman final tabling, but there are many positives that you could think of. So how can we think that it could ever be a bad thing?
Well, the women seem to have this a problem because they don't want to be singled out as last woman standing. Like they don't want to be known as the last woman standing. They want to be known as the last player standing in the event. And I guess they feel like the last woman standing has a negative connotation to it. And I guess I can understand where they're coming from that perspective. But I just think like there are people who really, even a lot of women take pride in that. They take pride in being the last woman standing. And I don't know. It's just it's I don't know. I need to talk with more feminists about the issue to see like.
Yeah, yeah, like now that you mentioned it, that is a pretty fair point. And yeah, like you make the final table, you're playing for millions of dollars. Uh, and maybe she wouldn't want all that added pressure or that perceived added pressure or being perceived to have to represent this whole other thing. She might just want to focus on playing poker, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, that's a fair point too. So
Yeah, I think yeah, some women might want to take that mantle. Maybe they want to be seen as the last woman standing. Maybe they feel like that will help to maybe empower other women playing. And then some, as you mentioned, might see it as a negative sort of thing.
yeah, and but I guess pretty much all of them wouldn't want to have it decided for them.
Right. Yeah. Last mommy standing, son. Yeah. Last
That's
number
my
niner
standing.
standing. Last
Yeah.
main event winner standing. Last old fucker standing. Or is that? I don't want to get out of line. I'm sorry, guys. I'll make a blog post. Calm down. Don't make a. Don't. I had to tell people out in Vegas this year whenever they told me something, and I said I was extra careful with my words to people because Dan, I don't know if you ever, but people love repeating things, and what I've noticed is that when I talk with other people, they really like telling you about so and so, and it's usually negative things, usually not a positive thing. Oh yeah, I heard this about this guy, or this person told me this about this person. And what I realize is that all these times maybe I make like a small joke about someone, or maybe I say something about a person that I might not even care for or whatever, that it just never makes you look good. I sort of realize it just doesn't. There's nothing good that can come from these things, and I really watched the things that I say and just kind of changed the way that I sort of approach general conversation with people in general, and to sort of make the things I'm saying more positive and not say those. Do you know what I mean? Do you see
Oh,
those?
absolutely, yeah. I get that too a little bit, and I'm just generally. I don't think I speak negatively of people too much, but I'm often just very kind of overly blunt. So, like that's something I've worked on, and it's kind of like the same thing. Sometimes I'll say something that uh, maybe about someone else, or maybe just something that I don't even mean in a very negative way, but it would just be like very blunt,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess is a little bit of a different thing. But same thing. It's just because like I'm not really sensitive to people being blunt about really anything or about me, so I tend to extend
Yeah,
that to other people.
I'm the same way too. I'm the same exact way. Super blunt. People say something to me like, "Yeah, I don't really whatever. It's okay. Like you can
You
say
just don't
anything."
care, right?
Right.
Like
Like
whatever.
I've heard it. Heard it all. Like at this point in time, and I got confidence in myself to the point where I'm not really gonna let things like that affect me from, from almost anybody's. But a lot of people most certainly are not like that. So yeah, I definitely get it.
So yeah, I have to watch myself a little bit in that sense.
Got a new chip leader here, Poppy. Kenny, I met Kenny before too. I like Kenny a lot. He's a nice guy. Kenny, how do you say Hellerit? He just won a 7.5 million chip pot with kings versus queens and ace 10. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm refreshing my
Look at the
page. I
chip.
don't think it's there yet.
Yeah, I hope this hand comes up here, boys. Let's see this one. Yeah, there's a misclick. 53. Yes, it said someone has 53 million chips temporarily. What the fuck? Oh, that's. Poppy, make it to Detroit and get in the game at MGM with your boy Sinatosh. Great game. Yeah, I've heard about that game. at MGM. Poppy, did dude ever send you his pic last night? He did not, Polite Paul. Hey, that guy fucking picture. He never did. Motherfucker. Cardinal Maniac says, thanks for the show, Poppy. They blocked WSOP.com from where I am, so I can't even sweat updates. You should be able to hide my IP and
Oh, you could easily get around that. Just get Anonymous on Firefox.
get Anonymous on Firefox. Who uses Firefox, bro?
Well, no one uses Firefox. I only use it for circumventing these sorts of things.
Okay. I feel
See,
you.
in Canada, we have a lot of videos that are just blocked from being seen in Canada because they're for the US only. Sometimes it's YouTube stuff, but also anything on Hulu, I think. Like very often it's just like US only content.
Right.
So Firefox comes out. That's just the way I know to do it.
They have WSOP.com blocked at the Borgata. Why? What were they blocked at the Borgata? Is that against competition or something? I'm hoping we can get this hand history because Donnie Peters put it on Twitter as well. That let's see some of these tweets. Let me read some tweets I got in here, guys. Hold on a second. See some tweets. I kind of have this page cropped weirdly, so. Zima says, so hands off these days in my online staking corporation. Just found out I got a legit sweat deep in the main event. Well, that must be pretty nice. Blair Force, you guys know Blair from Twitch, posted a picture with Nanonoko, Rum Cakes, Elky, Selena Lynn, is that Lee fucking Jones in here? Mr. TOS Lee Jones at the table here, guys. Look at him. Playing a little Jenga. Fucking love him. Patrick Leonard. Somebody doesn't believe I didn't play a certain event this summer. We cross-book mutually played. How do I get confirmation that he didn't play an event?
Wait, that he didn't?
He's saying he didn't play an event. Someone thinks he did play an event. I'm pretty sure you can just. I'm pretty sure you can just. They should have a system. Oh, that's a guy. I don't know how he does it. Yeah. I actually don't know. It's a good question. I don't know how you figure that out.
I mean, was he playing another event at the same time?
Ask him. Yeah.
Yeah, that would.
Well, what if he's playing? If he's playing nothing, then. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Someone doesn't believe he didn't play. That's awesome.
I mean, is it like how?
I would assume his friend, whoever he's playing against, cashed a big her, and then thinking that they both played this event. Well, now Patrick can owe money.
Yeah, so if it's his friend, he doesn't need hard proof. Like he could probably just go back in his phone to that date and see what texts he was sending or whatever, and that should be enough to circumstantially prove that he was elsewhere or doing something else.
A good idea. Let me put it on. Yeah, Earl and Polite Paul said total rewards account too as well. It's a good point. Dude, by the way, you ever used the total? You ever seen what the total rewards program is?
No.
The total rewards is the card you get at the Rio, but what happens is if you go on the total rewards website online, and listen, you're too rich for this. You don't give a fuck about this idea. Okay. So I'm just pretend I'm not. I'm just I'm telling you this for like your friends that maybe that don't have any money. But you can book free rooms on the site for 9 different properties. The Rio, Planet Hollywood, the Link, Caesars, Flamingo, Harrah's, and a couple other ones. But I never knew this until I checked my email one time, and I was like, let me just see what this is. But yeah, you get free rooms on there. You just got to pay the fee. You don't even have to gamble, guys. So if any of you guys out there have a Total Rewards card, go find the number and go log on Total Rewards, Google it, whatever, and you'll see you can get free rooms in there and in Atlantic City and wherever. So yeah, check it out. That's it.
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
Thoughts on Justin Bieber playing 1-2 at Borgata last night?
I've heard 2 things. I've heard he's played Limit. I heard he played
1-2 Limit would be even better. Yes.
Oh, look at this picture posted on Twitter. This is a good one. It was by the Poker News account. It's Gail Bowman all in her face when she hit the river. All the tables cheering. They're all so excited. Even the guy all in, I think, is laughing. It's so great. Oh man, this is the main event. This is the main event. Who am I talking to, guys? I'm talking to Daniel Dvoress, aka Oxota on PokerStars, a tournament player, cash game player, high stakes cash game player, sit and go player, tournament player, life GTO player, and yeah, one of my favorite people in the poker world. That's who we're talking to right now.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Welcome. You're welcome, man. Wish I got to see it more, Poppy, but you know, only special PC occasions.
Are we doing that again this year?
Yeah, of course. How can we not, kid?
All right.
That'd be fun. That was fun. Yeah. How you and Tara doing, man? You guys doing good?
Good, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna graduate nutrition school
Cool.
pretty soon, within a month, I think.
Nice.
And then she'll be able to come to Barcelona for a little bit for the tail end of the trip.
That'll be really fun if you guys get to actually spend some time together. For you guys that don't know, Daniel's girlfriend Tara has the strongest hands of any woman I've ever met in my entire. I've never felt a grip like that in my life. It's still, man. It's a strong. I've never like, and now you know I'm getting these massages from some of these girls. I'm just like, man, dude, this is just a grip. Oh.
And I am. Is that a question for me? I just turned 28.
28, man. When's your birthday?
It was July 12th.
Happy birthday, my friend. You literally just turned. Yeah, I just turned 31, but like almost a month ago now. 28, man. Congratulations. Happy birthday. What'd you guys do for your birthday?
Nothing yet. Actually, the reason that I can't come on tomorrow is because we're doing. There's like a. Toronto has this pool bar called Cabana Pool Bar, and really it's just they're trying to be Miami. But in the summer, Toronto's actually pretty fun. Like it's gonna be, I don't know, like 30 degrees tomorrow or something.
Oh, 30 degrees Celsius. That'd be nice, man.
Celsius, yeah.
Nice day.
Yeah, so it's just a nice day. So we're just gonna go out and degen with like 15 people.
Nice, man. That'd be fun. Earl says 13 minutes is the last WSOP update. That seems a little ridiculous. It's been 13 fucking minutes since the last. Like.
Oh, they're probably hand for hand or something.
No, they're not. No.
Yeah, for not hand for hand. What am I saying? Like last X number of hands.
Oh, the day could be over. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
Or it's just like really slow because they're playing the last few.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
hands.
right. Let me see a couple comments here, guys. JM1L. What up, Joey? I follow your YouTube channel. Good to see you on Twitch.
Does Daniel go to raves like Veld Music Festival? I didn't not gonna go to Veld this year. I went to Digital.
Dude, are you gonna?
Yes, I do.
You gotta go to the fucking OVO Fest with Drake, man.
Yeah, that's not really. I mean, I'm more like.
Come on, expand your fucking horizons, Poppy. Do it for me.
Yeah, no, you know, like in life and in music, I just like very specific things, and I have very specific preferences.
Okay.
So I think.
Does that go for sex? Do you have one of those? You have like some weird sexual things too, where you like specific things? You know, you like to be. I don't want to speculate on stream, but.
For sex. No, for sex, I'm more balanced, I think.
Okay, I mean, you could be one of those guys. You like you to get tied up against the fucking door. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I don't know. Very specific. Anyone that says I have very specific things that I like.
No, I just meant with like, yeah, I can confirm I have never been tied to a door, for sex or otherwise.
Okay.
Digital Dreams was pretty awesome.
What's that? Music festival?
Yeah, I'm just replying to the chat.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I still wasn't sure what it was.
But yeah, even like Veld for me, it's yeah. This sounds like really EDM snobby, I guess, but I just have such specific preferences that I'll only go to specific festivals to kind of see specific artists.
Feel you on that one. I think that's Chris. Is that Chris? Is that you? Bought it one. He said the best part of having Diamond Card is cutting to the front of any line at any Caesars property for cash games, restaurants, and cabs. Yes, that is fucking sick. And you can get that by playing on WSOP.com as well too, which is fucking sick. You get to cut the lines at cash games. Know that, Daniel?
I did not know that. I'm entranced by the chat.
Yeah, you gotta let me manage the chat, man. You read the chat. I'm a professional at reading the chat. Some people, you get lost in the chat. You're seeing 10 things. You're talking out loud.
You're talking about, doing anal with hands and freaky little fingers. Oh, freaky little gingers.
That's the ginger girl I met, referencing that. Yeah. Resort fees with total rewards. Movie Maker says with a free room. Yeah, the resort fees are like $30, so technically you don't get a. Oh, that's unfortunate. Thanks, Joey, for the Twitch podcast. The next big thing with the absence of a main event live stream. Let's hope we get something next year. Yeah, I just feel like this like, and I posted this on Twitter. You have the biggest event of the year, right? This is the biggest fucking poker event. This is the showcase of the poker world, the main event. Everyone pays attention to this. Casual fans, anyone that's a fan of poker, whatever. This is what you give us. You give us written updates spaced out 5 minutes apart online. That's the only way we get updates on what's happening with the biggest event. It just seems crazy, and obviously there might be reasons, but why ESPN, etc, whatever. But it seems like such a better job can be done with just telling the stories of who these people are, giving a little backstory more, even the reporting angle of things here. Like, no, we just see the names. We see Mike Nowinski, right? We don't know anything about this guy. I mean, that just goes down to the reporting part of things. There's ways you can figure out maybe a little backstory on some of these guys. Maybe you post a little thing. Oh, this guy, now we're down to 100 people. This guy is from here. This guy does this or whatever. So, and that's just from a written angle. And now when you can actually think about what you could do from a visual angle of things, I mean, there's a way to give these guys stories. There's a way to not have it be where everyone's unknown at the final 9. Will make them more known to the audience through, if you can, if you can do it live. You have 12 hours a day. Well, that's a lot of time to tell some stories about some people. It's a lot of time to get information from people. And if you start doing that now with people down the road, people are going to be more accustomed to giving out information about themselves because they realize, all right, we're going to talk about you.
Yeah, I'm completely on board. I'm just not getting it kind of with the lack of, you get updates like this on like random 5Ks that happen off the Poker News app.
It shouldn't be for the main event, man. Let's see. Do I grind Horseshoe Hammond? No. Cardinal said, thanks for the anonymous tip, Daniel. Much loved it. Nice one, Dan.
Oh, yay.
Giving some value. Joe, what do you think about stopping the main event and continuing November 9? I find this so annoying for the viewers. I usually lost complete interest when November 9 comes. So what do you think? I'm gonna let you answer that first, and then I got an answer.
I mean, I don't see how it's necessarily annoying for the viewers. Like it's just to build up hype, right? And to create stories and, yeah, to give it time for things to build up. I don't like it personally.
So, and this is kind of my thoughts on that. So you mentioned build a story. So you have 60 minutes a week or 90 minutes a week for an episode. There's really only so much storytelling that can be told that isn't the main figures, the main players they already know. So I think what happens is, and then you have 6 days in between. So a lot of those maybe little small stories you heard, you forget about them by the next week. I don't know if there's the only solution on their end is you produce one 60-minute block of content. I mean, there could be bonus content on the internet where people can maybe go watch more. It just seems like, I mean, honestly, it's mind-blowing. It's 2016, right? It's mind-blowing that all we get from this is a 60-minute episode a week, or we get two 60-minute episodes a week, whatever, for like a month or 2 or 3. Like, that's all we get, and it's spaced out so much, you forget about who some people are, you lose interest. November 9, you don't figure out the winner until fucking 5 months from now. Jesus, August. I don't know, man. It just, hopefully Poker Central, maybe if they take over in 2017, maybe they come up with some ideas. I'm just not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I think conceptually they're just trying to treat it as, if there's like a show on TV, you see, like, very often it just be like, XYZ show is on Tuesdays at 7 for an hour. Great. So they're kind of trying to treat it conceptually like that, but it doesn't work like that because all the stories are disconnected. There's no continuous flow. The characters are obviously not the same.
Right.
So completely, I agree with you. Makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, even just from a written perspective, I feel like there could be more done in a concise effort. Obviously, now you have stories told to players, but they're spread out over 6 or 7 different platforms that that a lot of the poker audience, who is the hardcore guys or 2+2 guys, isn't consuming their information on these platforms. So you have this one major platform, and a lot of the content that might be relevant to those guys just isn't there. It's not there for them to find. And I mean, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go on a fucking tangent here. I'm gonna just get fired up about this. I just can't believe it. I'm railing the other day. This is the only way. I'm refreshing updates. This is the only This is the only way I can follow along what's happening. It just seems crazy. That's it. I gotta make a separate video. But yeah, it looked like our friend Gail Bowman is out, by the way. She's eliminated 102nd. Takes home $49,108 for effort.
So did they? I'm just curious. Did they actually play until the end of the level, or did they play until they got down to 100?
He's a weird cop. I don't understand.
Because if it's down to 100, then that's probably why it's been so slow, and they went hand for hand.
I think Kenny said on Twitter they're playing one more level. Yeah, I don't know. They're playing one more level. Who knows, man? I don't know. I wish if only we could figure it out. So here's the big hand that Kenny played. It says both. Oh, it's all in before the flop. So Fadi, Marid, they don't have the action, unfortunately. Oh wow, this is sick hand. So Fadi and Sebastian all in before the flop against Kenny. All in for 1.25 million and 1.5 million effectively. The hands are revealed. Kings versus ace 10 versus queens. The flop's ace 5-2. 2 hearts. Pair and 4 of hearts, river 10 of hearts. So backdoor flush gets in there for kings, and he takes it down to win an 8.7 million chip pot.
Wow, sick.
Sick too.
I'd really like to know how that got in.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of chips. Well, Haddad has him. Haddad had the other guy covered. So yeah, I wish we could know the action. I'll try. I'm gonna ask Kenny, see if we can get the action from Kenny to see what would happen on that hand. Let's see. Professional poker. What's up, buddy? D-Negs is out. Did D-Negs play? Of course, D-Negs play. Lauren said a couple years back they had it live on ESPN with a 30-minute delay leading up to the final table. That was so sweet. Last couple years has been back to the poorly ran World Series of Poker we all know. Yeah, I guess. Just from a World Series of Poker at the real perspective as well, I'm surprised that it's just not. I guess it's. I don't know. I'm curious what people think if they think it's nice when they go there. Maybe it just seems hard to believe that's as nice as the presentation can be. How they have it now, it just seems like it could be. It's a big room. It's a huge room. There's a lot of tables, but it just seems like it could look a little bit more like the best event of the year. I mean, I'm sure if you look at other genres of anything, their best event, their top event is going to have a great presentation when you're actually on location for the event. Fired up, man. I'm fired up, Daniel.
Yeah, I can tell you're pretty upset about this whole thing.
I'm not upset about it. It's disappointing to me. What it is. It's disappointing. It just seems like it could be done in a much more GTO fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Lack of effort, because that's really what it is. It's a lack of effort, I think, and lack of effort is always pretty annoying.
Yeah, it's like not broke. You don't need to do anything to fix it or change it. I guess they perceive it as being good enough. They perceive it as being okay.
Oh, Deeb's out. Yeah, we didn't see him. We recognized him.
Yeah, Sean Deeb is definitely out right now. Sean Deeb was eliminated earlier in the day. Level 25 recap. Bauman, Raymer, and Weisner. Did you see Greg Raymer still gives out fossils? 10 years later, he's still giving out. He's still signing fossils and giving them to. What do you think people do with the fossils he gives them?
Jeez. I mean, I'd wear them to a rave.
What? You'd wear if Greg Raymer.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant fossil glasses.
No. He signs you. No.
Oh,
He gives you a rock, a fossil.
Oh, like a fossil.
Like a fossil. So when he's eliminated,
I have no idea what I would do with that.
Yeah. When he's eliminated, he'll give you a fossil and sign it. I just wonder what people do with it. I don't know. Maybe, I guess. I'm not sure what they do. I don't know. So I guess we're gonna be having one more level. Umberto's out. Come on, Jay Nizzle. Honestly, you asked that other question where Daniel Grano still did he play? I'm gonna give this guy one more question. And that's it. Ami Bari out in 101st place. Me, well-known online player. This fucking guy is rocking fossil glasses at raves. I could see you doing that, dude. Going to a music festival and wearing the glasses. One more level, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't do it voluntarily, but if I was given such glasses, I could see myself doing it.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, what scenario ever gets you to wear fossil glasses at a rave? Like, how would you envision your life ending up in that point?
You know, to answer that question seriously, I think that things like that are just such randomness. Like, I don't know what scenario could actually lead me to doing that, but I can vividly picture like several ways my life could go where I end up doing that sort of thing. And some random event would have to happen, and then something would have to click in my brain, and then I'd be like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Those glasses are pretty sick, though. To be fair, I mean, I wouldn't like those. Would be sick at a concert. It'd be a good conversation starter about those glasses.
Yeah, see?
You know, could be. I don't know. Seeing if someone posts this on 2+2. Yeah, I said on 2+2 I was gonna do this main event little. I feel like this is just like it makes it more fun to follow along with for people, because there's a lot of people out there that are equally, refreshing updates and stuff like that too. So I'm sure that people would like someone talking about what's happening or talking about the event or the updates. So I didn't think.
So,
Go ahead.
sorry, I was gonna say, so are they not going to have any sort of stream?
This is we're here.
No. I mean, like, when it's down to like the final two tables.
This is the stream. This is it.
This is the stream.
This is the
Okay.
stream. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the stream.
This is
Okay.
the option. Think about it. This is your only option.
I'm okay with this being my only option.
Yeah. The option. That's it. That's all I got. Fortunately, I mean, I wish like there was an official stream, but fortunately, like I got to do it. I don't know. No one's gonna do it. I got to do it, I guess. So I wish someone else wants to do it. They gotta go ahead and do it. And so I wouldn't mind watching. Yeah, puppy. Am I gonna do this again tomorrow? I will do this again tomorrow. Yes, guys, I will. Yes, ESPN owns the rights, and they decide to keep the content for their TV episode. How's your diet been lately, Dan?
Pretty good minus the alcohol. But it's hard in the summer, especially with the Euros happening. I mean, it's over now, but while they were happening, it's just super hard to avoid going to a bar with friends and drinking beers in the middle of the day.
Right.
And watching some soccer. But now
Yeah.
it's a little bit back on track.
I mean, if you like soccer, then you probably want to do that. Yeah.
I don't really, but it's kind of one of those events that only happens once every 4 years, and I don't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, I do have friends that wake up early in the morning to watch the Premier League, and that is something that I would never do.
I feel like soccer is starting to catch up and like become a little bit more and more popular every year. Like a very small amount of popular, but a little bit more popular every year.
In North America, you mean?
Yeah, North America, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually curious if that's. I agree with you, but my exposure to it is a little bit skewed, I think, in the sense that I do see more people into soccer here in Toronto, but I think than there were, like, let's say 10 years ago. But I think that might just be a result of more people immigrating here from countries that love soccer, and not necessarily that Canadians are getting transformed into soccer fans.
That'd be true. A good, maybe someone should write a deep dive article about that. I don't think anybody will, but it'd be an interesting thing to read. So, Let's see. 2017 is ESPN's last year of WSOP contract. Movie Maker said. No announcement of this show being live on 2. If this show isn't live on 2+2 in 10 minutes, I'm not doing this tomorrow, and I'm retiring from the podcast forever. That's it. If someone doesn't post it on 2+2, I'm not posting on 2. If someone doesn't post it on 2+2, I'm not doing the show tomorrow. I can't do it. Can't do it. Who's the guest? The guest is Daniel Dvoress. Did I say your name? Is that how you say your name, puppy?
Dvoress.
Dvoress. Daniel Dvoress. AKA Oksota. What's your main game you've been playing lately? Before you retired?
Before I retired for the last month.
Right.
Yeah, actually, since like 2016 has been so weird because like there was no more SNE, so I've just been bouncing around between a bunch of different game formats, playing a little bit of cash, still playing some sit and goes. It's actually odd that some high stakes sit and goes have still been running and have been pretty good, but you really have to pick the time of day to play them.
Mm-hmm.
Sundays, I'm generally playing MTTs, so I'm kind of all over the place, and haven't had a main game for like the last 4 months.
You think not having a main game is hurtful or helpful to you?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty interesting question. At least I perceive it right now as helpful because I'm sort of in this state of kind of being on semi-vacation mode, being pretty relaxed. So whenever I play, I can always play my A game and kind of like do super well, even if I haven't been grinding that game day in, day out for the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was playing sort of 8 to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, then I think playing a bunch of different games would be like a pretty big negative.
Right, because then yeah, that makes sense. Because you're kind of at that point in time, you're playing so many hours, so your brain's sort of working pretty hard, and then you're trying to mix all these games, and your brain gets mixed up, sort of thing, as you keep doing it over days and days.
Yeah, and it's also sort of like I actually feel that because in my career I've switched back between different games so often, whenever I go back to a game that I haven't played in a couple of months, I always find that in the beginning I actually tend to play kind of the best that I ever play that game, just because you're paying
Me
more
too.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that too, right?
Dude, when I came back and played PLO online after Vegas, I was like, I crushed the first couple of days I've been back. I've just been destroying it. And then I noticed like today, all of a sudden I was catching some of those old habits were starting to come back a little bit. Some of those mistakes, like, because I wasn't like, before I wasn't like when I came back, I was not looking at Twitter. I'm just focusing on the action. Now I'm like Twittering over here, like maybe a porn show, like watching some porn over here or something. You know what I'm saying? Like before, when I first got back, I wasn't doing that, but then now I sort of went into that little autopilot mode, and I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah, it's because you're being so careful not to screw up. You really want to do your best when you're freshly back, but then, yeah, once you've been doing it for a little while, you can just autopilot very effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, what tends to happen is instead of autopiloting and then using the extra time that you have left over to enhance the decisions that you're making when you're playing, yeah, usually what people do is they open Twitter or whatever, and obviously it has detrimental effects. Not very GTO, man.
Dare I say, not very GTO. That's very true. Ali says, love your run it once video, Daniel. Run it once videos, Dan. Joey's a top conversationalist for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Gracias. How does 888 have the World Series of Poker and not Poker Stars? You would think they would own that. And Pro Poker says 888 runs the World Series of Poker client. So I heard that 888 Poker has many badges on players this year.
They've always had a lot of badges on players, though, or at least relative to how small they are in terms of the overall market share in terms of poker sites, right?
Well, I've never really paid attention to. I've never really paid attention to how it is during the series. I don't know, honestly. I have no idea. I've never really looked.
Because I've always noticed what seemed to be like a disproportional amount of 888 badges at the series.
Interesting. Yeah, I never knew that. Yeah, these names. Gee. What does this comment even say? Butt machine.
I'm actually
An,
I'm
in-
reading it and
an
it's
incredibly advanced version of butt machine. What's up, Chicago Joey? How about them Bears this year? I just shit all over my big black cock. Ow, my big black balls. Lick my butthole. Eat my shit.
Is this what you meant when you said like very specific sexual preferences?
I don't know, man. This guy. I just lick my. What is this guy talking about? That's a high quality butt machine. Yeah. Yo, shout out the butt machine, man. I wish like you could join us under different pretenses, but we can't have you saying these comments in chat, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to ban you when you do. Thank you for coming. No pun intended. And yeah, I can't believe there's been no updates for 13 minutes. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this time to refill on water.
Professional water drinker Daniel is joining me today. Yeah, there's been no updates for 17 minutes. I imagine probably nothing interesting has been happening these past 17 minutes. A ton of people left, so. Oh yeah. Ragulum says, I'm drunk as fuck right now. Welcome to I'm unfortunate that you're on Twitch then, my friend. Melon Reno says they went on a break. Thank you, Melon Reno. I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know that. They're on a 15-minute break. Okay, never mind. That makes more sense. It definitely makes more sense. Let's see. I did a huge slip and slide. This today and drank 0.75 a bottle of tequila. I'm not feeling better now. Okay. It's 1 a.m. It's definitely midnight here, guys. When Daniel comes back, I'm going to get some fruit because I need some fruit.
Daniel is back.
Oh, welcome back, puppy. I like your water. I'm gonna go grab some fruit here to enjoy. You can regale the chat with some of your comments right now. They said they're on a break right now in the tournament.
Fruits are GTO, man. I'm eating some cherries.
Perfect. All right, you talk to the chat for a second.
All right, what's up, guys? What's my opinion on the PCP epidemic going on in the poker world? Not even sure what that's asking. There were some questions that I wanted to answer above. Let me just scroll up above all of this butt machine stuff.
Politically correct pussies.
Is that actually what it means?
Yeah, that's what it means. Correct. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking like the drug. And,
Oh, no. Politically correct pussies.
well, that would have been way more fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, politically correct. Yeah, I mean, I just don't really have too much patience for that in general. But I also, like I said before, I think I'm a little bit insensitive sometimes. So maybe I just have a skewed view of that.
So,
would it be always plus EV? So always have the big blind but never have the small blind, or always have the small blind and never have the big blind? You would want to never have the big blind.
okay. You would never want to have the big blind.
Yeah. Just because, from what I've seen, it just win rates from, or I guess loss rates, however you want to look at it, from the big blind are always lower, as in, well, win rates are lower, loss rates are higher from the big blind compared to the small blind.
True. That is true. I'm enjoying this fruit. You been eating a lot of fruit lately? What's your diet? What's your diet been like?
I eat kind of a pretty paleo diet, and then I eat a lot of berries, not too much fruit. Occasionally carbs, but only, I mean, everyone eats carbs, but they're not really a big part of my diet except when I'm working out a lot. Or if I'm just doing a lot of, if I'm doing a lot of coaching, or anytime that I'm kind of talking to people a lot at my computer over Skype, for whatever reason, I always crave carbs under those circumstances.
But you crave carbs when you're coaching people.
Yeah, or if I have to make a video or something.
Why is that? Why do you think
I
that
don't,
is?
I don't know. I I mean, it could be. I guess if my brain's pretty engaged, then it's burning through a whole lot of glucose, so my body wants to replenish that as fast as possible after, and that's why I really crave carbs afterwards. But that seems too simple of a theory to be true.
Well, I have no fucking idea what exactly you're saying. So, gotta be honest with you, buddy. I just gotta take your word for this. Maybe someone in the chat knows, man. Listen, I'm not afraid. And this is what you guys, if you guys don't know something, don't act like you know what it is. Just say, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Admit it. Ask questions. Learn about it. Instead of being like, oh yeah, you're right, Daniel. And when you drop your glucosamine amount and you take down 25, then yeah, I agree with you. No, just don't know what he's.
That's right.
Oh,
I like that troll under those circumstances. I'm pretty sure that's actually what I said.
Uh-oh. Back. I suffered from a rectal itch. I just fired over all over my big black balls. Try to stop it. Can I have a rim job? Press 1 for a juicy hot rim job. Hey, Chicago Joey, have you ever shoved an automatic card shuffler up your own asshole? Surprisingly, no, I haven't.
Is it pathetic that I find this so funny?
No, it is hilarious. It's really funny. Oh, it's definitely funny, yeah.
I feel like I'm 5 years old.
Dan, have you checked out the new sit and go coaching site from Lenya?
I have not. I presume that's a heads up sit and go site.
I don't know. Could be.
But no, I haven't.
That's all I know about it. I don't know much about it. Did you see this hand history I tagged on Twitter? It was let me read the hand to you. So here's the hand. It's between Dan Coleman and Dan Heimiller. So I was on a flop of Queen 7-3, Queen 7 of spades. Dan checks, Dan Heimiller checks, Matthew Moss check. The turn is a 4 of spades. So Queen 7-4-3 with 3 spades. Coleman leads out for a bet of $275,000. Heimiller plays with his chips for a minute before moving all in. Moss quickly folds, and Coleman immediately adjusts himself in his seat. How much is it total? Coleman asks the dealer. Such a big shove. The dealer breaks down Heimiller's stack and confirms that Heimiller is all in for $1.75 million. So Coleman bets $275,000. Heimiller shoves all in for $1.75 million. Dan says it's so sick. Okay, let's do this. I call. Heimiller says you got a flush. Dan says yes. Heimiller doesn't look happy with his Coleman's response and shows pocket sevens. And Coleman has king 9 of spades. And the river's an ace. And Heimiller's eliminated.
Wow, that is crazy. So
the flop's
checked
checked
back with sevens, right?
He flops middle set. He checks.
And he checks back.
Button checks, yeah. Coleman leads the turn when the flush and the straight get there. And then he shoves all in. The bet's $275,000. He shoves all in for $1.75 million. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he didn't want to see any more bad cards on the river.
This is with 120 people left or 140 people left.
I mean, yeah,
one of the worst plays of all time. Is that much? Yeah, I need WC. You got Upswing Poker in the chat. What up, Upswing Poker puppies? Either Doug or Ryan Fee. Yeah, that play seems like one of the worst plays of all time.
Yeah, that does not look good.
Although, if he 10 calls with ace queen with ace of spades, he looks like a genius does.
I suppose. Given that he tanked with the second nuts, though, I don't think that's too likely.
So Dan told me on Snapchat that he tanked because he made such a ridiculous play. He was trolling him with the tank. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what he said. He said he was trolling him. I was like, God, this guy's back again. God, what is this? Yeah, yeah. Couldn't believe it myself too. So, I mean, that's how people win tournaments. They shovel in with sevens there and they make a full house on the river and then they have like 9 million chips and then they're like, yeah, I'm fucking doing so good.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. This hand is crazy. I'm just speechless.
Right, it's a crazy hand. We got Mr. Bazam, Doug Polk. You check out Upswing Poker yet? DD?
Sorry, that's a question for me. Yeah,
You joined the lab,
I've
son?
watched a couple of streams. Yeah,
You watch some of the streams on Twitch?
yeah. Oh, during Scoop, I watched streams. Yeah.
Did you get any information?
Um, I was I was mostly like watching for entertainment.
Did you find it entertaining?
I did find it entertaining.
Perfect. Well, that sounds like one of the goals then.
Yeah, it was just awesome to have it in the background while, when you have just like a couple of tables left,
Mhm.
and grinding out some irrelevant MTT or something, and having some stream like that in the background is really cool.
I think Doug's been wearing makeup on stream. I gotta actually ask him about that. I think he's been wearing makeup though. I'm serious right now. I think during some of the shows he's gotten a little powder on his face. So could be the lighting. I'm not sure. But yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised because during like I'm just thinking to how I looked during scoops, and when you're on like the sixth, seventh hour of play, like I'm just like sweaty, gross, oily everywhere. There's no way I would look that good on camera.
I mean, I guess it's a compliment, right? If you're saying someone looks like he's wearing makeup on there. Some people say that. They sometimes think, well, not anymore. My skin's a little out of line, but yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like I don't know, man. Like he's been visiting the beautician a little bit, maybe trying to figure out how to look more GTO when it comes to the face or the teeth or something, man. I don't know. He's playing GTO though, man. I'm thinking. So
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, man.
they're taking Upswing Poker, taking over the world, man. They're taking over the no limit world. They're gonna change no limit hold'em as we know it. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
I've gained 20 pounds since I started.
I've gained 20 pounds since I started streaming. Well, gotta tell you, Doug. Confirmed. You gained some weight. Yeah. Yes, but he won a bracelet. Who gives a fuck, man? I mean. Oh, did you see that? These motherfuckers won the tag team bracelet.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Insane. Like watching it, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how are these motherfuckers gonna win the tag team bracelet? It was yeah, it was crazy. Crazy. Awesome. It was really fun to see. Doug was playing the one drop. And he's playing the one drop. Fees wins the tournament while Doug's playing the one drop. I mean, it's you can win how good is Doug? Right? He wins a bracelet. He's not even playing the fucking event. Although he did come back for a couple pivotal hands. He made a big call for his tournament life, like during a break of the one drop, and then yeah, it was pretty fun. It was really fun to be there. It was fun. Doug says, "Do you want to make this a three-way call?"
Absolutely.
Okay. Doug, what are you
wearing?
Yeah, what are you wearing, first of all? Yeah, Doug. Some account added me on Skype, actually. I don't think it's Doug, but yeah, tell me whatever Skype you're using. Or go on the old Skype then. Did Daniel play World Series of Poker? You said you did not play World Series of Poker, right?
I didn't know.
How rich are you? That's when you know you're rich, when you just don't go to the World Series of Poker. Or you're busto. I mean, one of the two. I don't know. Oh. Doug, the one that added. Okay, perfect. Add Doug in here. Doug would look cool with dark eyeshadow. He really would.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Doug, what's up?
Not too much. Let me get the word out that I'm going to do this so we can get a few more viewers up in here. What do you say about that?
Doug, we need all the viewers we can get, right? There's not much happening. They haven't updated in 30 minutes.
Yeah, let me let the people know, because the people want to know.
Sure. There's been like players eliminated and no updates, so I think this won't get too juicy until they get down to more players here. No. Volume on Doug sucks. It looks pretty good on my end. Talk again, Doug.
Me. Hello, testing, test.
Yeah, I can hear him perfectly.
I can hear him perfectly fine.
Same volume as you are.
Upswing poker, fat ass. This guy made an account. These comments are so great.
Give me 1 minute, guys.
Okay. The trolls coming out to play. Yeah, it's true. Didn't Doug and Fees get second? No, they didn't get second. No. Upswing poker run at once rivalry starting. I don't think so. This guy's, how many counts does this guy keep making? Oh my God. Isn't there ways to ban certain words being said on? I guess they could just change the words, right?
Yeah, but I mean, do you really want to ban like my butthole?
Yeah. Well, no, not really. I like people to say my butthole on stream. I guess, yeah. So we haven't got. It looks like we're down to 97 people left total right now. There was a pay jump to $57,494. Doug, have you seen some of the names that are still left in here? Pop?
10 seconds, and I'm ready to go.
Okay. 10 seconds, and he's very perfect. Take out Big Black.
I don't know. I'm actually fairly impressed with how like every message is unique, and it comes out so fast.
What's up, man?
Doug, we're talking about the Big Black butthole guy in the chat.
Oh, is that the guy that's been like rating the streams and like coming in and just like, yeah. He's been stopping by my stream too. It's nice to have him around.
Yeah, is it nice to have him around though? Be honest.
It's not, but at least you know, like this is his way of letting you know that he loves you. Like he's like, you know what, guys, I like your stream so much that I want some attention, and I'm gonna try and fuck it up for you.
Yeah, I guess so. It's certainly one way to spend your time, I suppose, right?
It definitely is, but yeah, we have to just ban him. I'm not sure what the best way to go. Like usually we go either slow mode or sub mode. Slow mode makes it like really easy to ban, but then it sucks for the obs, obviously. So either way is fine. By the way, I want to give a shout out to all of my upswing homies in the chat. What is up, homies?
Wait, will you call them homies? Is that what you call them?
I'm calling them that today. Someone messaged me on Snap, and they were like, "Yo, Doug, you gotta come talk about the main with Joey." And I was like, "All right, I got you."
Perfect, man.
By.
Thanks for stopping by, puppy. Much love, kid. What do you? I saw you guys
Who else is on the call here, by the way?
Daniel Dvoress, aka Oxota, on Poker Stars.
Okay, what's up, man?
Not much. What's going on?
Not too much. Spent the day at the pool. Was just grinding F5 on my phone until my phone died. And obviously Snapchat. And then now I'm just back here and I'm railing this main super hard. I got 3 bros still in that I've got positions in.
Who are the bros that you have positions in?
So I'm rooting for Jason Les.
Okay.
I am shocking.
Yeah, of course.
I am rooting for Dietrich Fast.
Okay.
And I am rooting for Dan Coleman.
Yeah. How do you have a piece of Dan Coleman?
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I'm rooting for Jonas Lock. Jonas Lock. Yeah, you can't get a piece of Coleman.
I was gonna say.
I would have guessed.
Who good? Yeah, that. By the way, I pulled it up, and you guys were talking about the Coleman hand.
Right.
And I guess what my first instinct when I saw that is, what the fuck?
Okay, let me go. Let me pull the hand up for people that didn't get a chance to see the hand. Hold on a second. How rich
Like,
are you?
why?
Right.
Why was he doing that?
So your first instinct was why was he doing that? What would did your second instinct change things?
Well, you said that he was like trying to slow roll him or whatever, but like, I don't really get it.
I don't think he was.
So when Dan tank call with King 9 of Spades there.
Yeah, like at this point in the tournament, I think it's like like
Like,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know, it's sketchy. Like I don't think he was slow rolling.
He's never folding. He's got King 9 of Spades. The board's Queen 7 4 3. The flop was checked back.
Yeah, I
Never-
agree he's never folding, but I don't think he's slow rolling.
Do you think there's any chance he misread the board?
The guy with pocket sevens?
No, the guy with King 9 suited, obviously.
I don't know. Me, one of them could have misread.
Because I'm trying to think about like how this is reasonable, right? Because it's only one of three things. It's only three things that are even possible. First things that's possible. Coleman is so scared of the nuts that with the second nuts he's afraid to put in his money for like I don't know 30 blinds, and I just like can't like think that that's a thing. Okay, so
Realize
that's the
it wasn't
first
30 big blinds, right? It was one. He bet 275,000. The guy shoved all in for 1.75 million.
What's the blinds? The big blinds 50K.
Yes.
It's 30, dude. It's 35 blinds. Okay, this is not like. Okay, so I'm gonna remove that as an option. The second
Was the blind?
option
Wait,
is
was the
that-
blind 50K? He ended. He won the hand. He had 217 big blinds total. I don't think the blind. I think the blind was smaller than that. Oh, maybe not.
30K?
No,
it's gotta
it was
be 50.
25-50.
2550 at the time.
It was 2550. So let me just get my three options out here, and then we can talk about which one it is. Option number 2 is Coleman legitimately misread the board. Okay, which like frankly of all three options makes the most sense to me. And the third option is that for whatever reason Coleman just has beef with Highmiller, and just like decided to give him the slow roll. But I was watching that hand on Remco's Snapchat,
Right.
I think, and he was like in the tank for a while, like constantly. So I mean it was like a nice like 10-minute tank, right? Or like 5-minute tank. It was a super long tank.
Oh wow. Yeah, I had no idea. I thought it was just like, you know, he thought about it for a minute and then called.
I mean, I guess I don't really know how many minutes passed because Remco was just snapping it, but I think it was like at least a few snaps, and so I guess I assume it took place over like several minutes.
Okay.
Maybe it was like 1 minute or 2 minutes.
I talked
but
to him on Snapchat earlier, and he said that he was trolling him with the slow roll. But it didn't look
Yep.
like it on stream. I'm gonna ask him right now. I just messaged him. I said, did you slow roll him, or were you really like what were you doing thinking so long for?
Do you think there's any chance that he made an error or was being a nit, one or the other, and then like afterward just like chalking it up to being to slow rolling?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I was gonna say. He was
Why would
thinking
you
about
slow roll
it.
this guy?
I don't think he was slow rolling. I think he was legitimately thinking about it, and then when he got shown pocket sevens, he realized how ridiculous it was to think about it for so long, and was like, "Oh, you know, I was just trolling him."
I mean, well, yeah,
I would agree with that.
we're gonna find out about this hand at some point in time because, God, what a terrible shove! For fuck's sakes, man.
I mean,
What a terrible check.
I mean, like, there's a lot to say about the way Pocket
Yeah.
Seven played this hand. Like, first off, yeah, checking the flop is like pretty terrible, I would say. Particularly three-way, but it's still pretty terrible overall. And then playing it on the turn, like the oh shit, there's 3 spades now, I gotta make a move. It's just yeah, I really don't get why you would do that.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Well,
Oh, Dietrich Fast just won a flip up to 2.1 million. Nice.
where are you reading this at? On Twitter?
I got the inside scoop.
Oh yeah, because I mean, God forbid, fucking WorldSeriesOfPoker.com post the updates on there. Listen, I got a lot of love for what
Why would they
WSOP.
do that?
I got a lot of love for WSOP.com, I guess, but how the fuck are you? How can there not be more updates? I don't understand. How? There's 97 people left in the. How can there just not be more updates, guys? Come on. I mean, whatever. I don't know what's happening.
do you think it's possible that all media except for like two specific guys got like kicked out of the room because it's, I don't know, because of the stage of the tournament or whatever?
Yeah. Let's
I don't
let's
know.
kick
Like,
some guys out of the room now that we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous, but like, I there's no way that there's not enough interesting hands with still more than 10 tables.
Right, especially with these caliber play. I mean, there's got to be hands.
This is my boy Jonas Locke, by the way.
Who?
This dude on the screen, Jonas
Oh,
Locke.
Jonas Locke. Who's Jonas Locke?
He's my boy.
Tell us about Jonas.
He's German, so he's someone I was.
How did you
really
get all
good-
these German friends, dude? What the hell happened? How did you become
Because they're
friends?
just like superior tournament players. Like the problem with North Americans, and like I love us North Americans, don't get me wrong, but the problem with North Americans is that like they're just like too emotional. And like if you're gonna play tournaments for a living, you have to realize like life will most likely suck. Like it's gotta be bleak, you know? It's gotta really you gotta really be gotta have like no emotion. And the Germans are just like the nuts at that. Like they lose a tournament and they just like I will now play the next tournament. You know, just no sweat. And so yeah, I like working with the Germans.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you learn about this, Doug? When did you come to this realization about Germans?
Well, so as we all know, I loved working with the Asians in the cash games, because like they're also similar to that mentality. And then when I started to get into tournaments, I was like, okay, I need like a good core group of tournament players. And the first few guys that I met and we kind of took into the group were all Germans. And like I talked to them, I talked to the non-Germans, and I just really liked working with the Germans. I felt like they were like really smart guys. They work really hard. Like I have a lot of respect for them. And so yeah, now there's like this German community that like I work with basically.
Do you think that you just gave away too much strategy now? Other people are going to replicate this format of getting on top of these Germans.
Hmm. Oh, what up, Dietrich Fast doubling through?
You're not worried at all. Okay, you're not worried. Okay.
Not worried. I'm not sweating it, man.
Did you know about
think-
this, Daniel? Do you agree with this? You play a lot of EPTs.
Yeah, for the most, like, I mean, I know a few of the German guys pretty well, and yeah, I agree with it, but I don't know if it's see, the German guys that I know, they're also all friends with each other, and they are very perfectly life balanced. So maybe they just got into really good habits, and it's just that particular group. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, as far as Germans go, that is like a really German thing to do. You know, like just be totally rational about busting a tournament, go play the next one, and not care about your previous results.
Yeah, all the American tournament players I know are drug addicts, so they're they're like the opposite of that. It seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know any Germans that even do drugs. So
Well, I know Germans that do drugs. They just do them in moderation. They usually do them at Burning Man.
I got to give a few shout outs here real quick. Shout out to my boy D Huber Mex. What's up, man? Shout out to Polish Mike Poker. And also, gotta drop a bazam for you guys. So there you have that. Sorry, we can continue.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Daniel, do you have a catchphrase?
I can't stop by and not drop at least a bazam. You know, like it just wouldn't be right.
Do you think it's time to get a new word?
Is that a thing? I feel like you just stick to the thing, right? Or do you need a new word?
Well, maybe you get another word. Maybe you got two words. Like I got GTO and I got puppy.
Hmm.
Maybe you need a new word. Maybe we come with a new word right now.
Yeah, if you guys could come up with some new words, that'd be pretty sweet.
How
I need
about
a word? So you guys should come up with a word for me because I have 0 words.
well, I can think of a word for you, Poppy. But,
Soda, do you stream?
No.
I don't stream now.
Gotcha.
Are you ever?
I remember playing a little bit with you back in the day, right? You play like Six Max Cash.
Yeah, I think we played in like 2009, 2010. We played probably like 2-4-3-6 or something.
Gotcha. You still play Stars?
Yeah, I still play Stars, but I play kind of everything now. In terms of, I play a bunch of sites and I play everything on Stars.
That's the way to go. You gotta in today's online poker ecosystem, you really gotta spread your wings and soar to wherever good games are. You know.
Yeah, we were talking about this before, and I was thinking about how it's just, like 3 years ago, it was just all grind, same thing, day in, day out, and then gets you so good at one game. But I'm actually way happier bouncing back and forth between games.
That's more fun for sure. It's tough though because like when you try and play at the very high stakes, you really have to specialize and like spend a lot of time on it, or else you're just gonna get crushed. So at like and I'm not sure like what stakes you're talking about playing, but I think at like 2, 4 through like 10, 20, you can probably mix it up a lot. But then once you start to play like 25, 50 plus, you like really gotta spend a lot of time on like that game.
Yeah.
What about Gotcha Louie? Think about that one, Doug.
Bombastic and a boombastic.
No, it can't be B. It can't be B.
It's got to be something different.
Yeah.
Flaccid.
No. No. Please. Bazam's cool. Like I can tell people. I can like say that in video. I can like, say that around.
Right.
But flaccid, I'm not gonna be fucking saying flaccid around.
Yeah.
Like a picture of a shriveled up dick as your emoticon. You don't want that.
You wouldn't want people think. Yeah. You just don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah, you don't want to be flaccid.
Right. I agree.
What about let's pick a letter. Start with a letter. How about the letter F?
Not ringy enough.
Well, I mean, not just the letter.
No, we're starting with the
Gotta
letter.
be a word.
We're
No, I
building.
know. But
We're
you're,
building the
you're-
word.
That's like the start of the word, right?
Yeah, we're building the word. Okay, Mikey. Build F. Okay, F. Now pick another letter after that.
A.
Okay, Doug. Go ahead.
T. I think T is like the letter we need to try.
Fat.
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 Never flaccid.
Never fat.
Do you feel like we're forcing this?
No, we're not. This is a. I mean,
I like this one. Flazam.
Bazam.
That's awesome.
I feel like Bazam was born. Literally, it was like the first I ever came up with. When I said you need a word, you just like Bazam.
Yeah, that's actually what happened.
I think it was planned. No,
I can personally assure you it wasn't planned.
I can.
I wasn't like before your podcast. I was like, okay, now I need to make sure I have a catchphrase, or else things are gonna go badly.
Mr. Green played WCG heads up for rolls.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think so.
All right, so let's talk about the main. So we got 97 people left.
Right.
Let's take a look at the field. Let's go through.
The field. We got a lot of names in here, Poppy. No. Me and Dan were talking about this earlier. There's no like really well-known person that people that are watching the main event in America are really gonna know though. There's some guys who are sort of like in that third tier, maybe second tier if you count Dan Coleman, but there's no one that's really in that top upper echelon tier of names that people can watch and be like, oh shit, this guy's in. I want to fucking tune in. I want to see if he does it.
That's true. I did bust on day 3.
Wait a sec. Do you really you actually you think you're in that? You think you're in the top 1 tier yet?
Jokes.
Maybe you think so. I don't know. Where do you think you personally fall right now with amongst Americans at this moment?
I would say of like poker pros, I'm tier 2 in terms of just like overall like people knowing them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think that's changing, especially with like Twitch and branding, social media, etc.
I agree. I agree with that. I think in a couple years it'll be in one of those top tiers for sure.
Totally agree. So let's take it through the top. Do you know any of these? Let's start at number 1. Who are these guys? Who's William? Do you know any of these? 1 through 4. Do you know any of them?
William Kusoff is a guy from you know him more, right, Daniel? I know him from Twitter, but
I've played with him, but I've played with him just at random live MTTs. Somehow I ended up playing a bunch with him at EPT London 2 years ago, and I just remember him talking a lot all the time during hands, always talking on the river, kind of saying a bunch of nonsense all the time. Pretty entertaining to play with, but beyond that, I don't know who he is online.
Was he the guy that like on the river he was playing versus like whichever girl?
Whoa,
And then-
whoa,
Yeah,
whichever
that's the guy.
girl, whoa, whichever person, Doug. Yeah, whichever person who happened to be a female, correct. Yes, that was him.
Oh my God, are you gonna seriously come at me with that?
That's
Listen,
ECP.
I'm not making anybody, I don't know what I can say and I can't say anymore in this day and age, Poppy. I gotta be
It's your
fucking
stream.
careful.
You can't say what you can and you can't say. Anyway, so like, by the way, like that hand was like real weird. Like the overall chat, like, do you want everyone to see you bust like while you're on camera? Like that's just like honestly, that's just kind of fucked up.
Why?
It's
made
fucked up to like
made a
jam
good point.
River, and then like, do you want the world to see you lose now? I don't know. I don't like it. I feel like there's sort of a line, and I feel like it's kind of over the line a little bit. Would you guys not agree with that?
I think that I think
Oh,
before
no.
like
The answer is no.
I mean, I would never do something like that, but I can like he's English, man. Those fucking English people, you know how they get. They're different, man.
So, but do you think that's over the line or not? Is like I guess the question. I feel like
Personally,
it's-
I do. Like, I agree with you, and I would never do it. But I'm not sure if I think that's necessarily over the line, kind of objectively speaking. I just know that personally, for me, it would be, and I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I guess like it's also just like the exact comments were also like pretty. I don't know. It was like super borderline and like.
All right,
I don't know.
I got the comments right here, so I'll read it. So he
Can you
said,
pull it up?
"Yeah, you don't want to be eliminated in front of the whole camera crew, do you? The whole world." By this time, a watchful floor man arrived, and he gave Kassav a verbal warning about his conversation. Kassav, however, doesn't stop. He continues to offer bits of conversation, including things like "lay it down" and "don't go broke in this hand." Matsune is getting upset. She pleads with the floor man. How is his hand still alive? What a fucking sick live pro angle that is by her, by the way. The floor man repeats his warning to Kassav and explains that he and Kassav will have a discussion after the hand. If you say one more word before the hand is over, I'm going to give you a penalty. Jack Ethel steps in. I'll handle this. And
I love that
yeah,
line.
Kassav is not done trying.
I'm just like imagining just like the smaller floor guy just like talking, and then like he just like pushes him aside. He's like, "I'll handle this one."
Yeah, like fucking comes in there big time and everyone, all right, get the fuck out the way. Guys, I got this one. I like it, man. He complies, Kassav is not done trying. He complies with the order to remain quiet, but he mimes and gestures, waves his hand at Matsune while she thinks. He zips his lips with his fingers, then plays charades with Love Show, acting it out several times. Eiffel now issues another verbal warning. How about a clock? Someone at the table asks. We want to play. We want to play too. Matsune is not happy with the time limit imposed on her, and she lets the clock tick all the way down to 0 for open mucking. Soof, on the other hand, is particularly pleased with himself. Do you want to see it? Do you? Matsune nods. Double gutter, and I missed. Katsoff says, showing 9 high like a boss. Big heart of a lion. So you think if this is a guy, let's take the equation, let's have it be another guy player. Think that's still a story and out of line. You think the floor men get called over in that?
I mean, I'm like not like totally up with like what's PC or not PC. Are you supposed to treat women with more respect or the same?
Well, I treat.
Like, I don't know anymore, and like I feel like when I take either side, I'm sexist. I just don't want to be sexist anymore.
I treat everyone the same personally. So
Okay.
I don't know, yeah. But I feel like it wouldn't be as big of a thing. If I feel like this kind of chat like happens at these tables, but you just don't hear about the chat happening. Like people show a bluff and they fucking celebrate. That happens in these things.
But do
It
you
looks
think?
like. Sorry,
Sorry,
go
go
ahead, Doug.
No, you can go for it, man.
I was just gonna say it. Like, it looks like this guy was just particularly annoying. And like, what I'm not okay with, having read this now, is that the floor came over, told him to stop, and then he actually kept doing the exact same thing, but circumvented it by miming what he was saying before. Like, that's fucked up to me and super annoying. And I think that's like, if anything, that's kind of over the line.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. Like, if you're gonna give someone a warning and be like, "Don't do this," and then they keep doing it, and you're like, "No, I'm serious," and then they keep doing it, and you're like, "No, but I don't make me have to." You
Right.
know, like it's like why even do it to begin with?
A couple guys were saying that she's damn near a World Series and Poker employee. Earl was saying something about a conflict of interest with her business having a relationship with the World Series of Poker as well too.
Dude.
So I don't know. Valerie Kearney in the chat says, "Woman here, treat them the same." I agree with you, Val. That's how I treat. I treat men just like I treat women, the same.
You don't.
You know, I don't. To be honest.
You definitely do not. At least not me. I don't know how you treat other men, but anyway, let's talk about some other people on this list. So who's Kenny Holler? Do we know that guy?
Yeah, I know Kenny. I've met him a couple years back. He's a Dutch guy. He's friends with guys. Very.
Is he OTP Red Baron?
I don't think. No, he's Dutch. He's OTB.
Oh, he's Dutch,
Belgium.
sorry.
Yeah. I don't think so. So Kenny, do you play with Kenny at all, Dan?
I'm trying to figure out who it is. I'm looking him up right now.
Oh,
Oh,
snooping.
yeah. I have played with him before, but I'm not sure who he is online.
What the stream is for, Doug? We're trying to who all these players are. The goal of the stream is to tell a story and figure out who all these guys that are going deep are. This guy is third in chips, David Lahorne, Honoria.
I feel like this guy, Griffin Benger, is someone I should know that I don't know.
He's the guy who commentates on the GPI.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's a GPI with Sam Grafton.
Gotcha.
Yep. Oh, Kenny is from Belgium. Sorry, my bad. I thought he was Dutch. Whoops. Maybe he does know OTB Red Baron. That's true. He might, yeah.
Yeah, so it turns out I was right, bro.
You were. Michael Nowinski. Yeah. Do we know him?
I treat people from Belgium the same as the people from the Netherlands. Okay? Exactly the same.
Hey, Doug, what do you think about this last woman standing controversy happening with the women? They think it's out of line.
Can you explain to me what it is? Because I don't understand.
So they always have the last woman standing that's in the tournaments.
Right.
They always say, Jamie Johnson's last woman standing, and I guess some women taking offense to this don't think that's in line. They think they shouldn't be singled out for being the last woman standing in an event like this.
I can see where they're coming from, to be honest with you. Like what if we did that for like minorities?
Last black guy standing?
Like, wouldn't that just be like offensive? It would be, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess they don't do that.
If someone came in over the speaker and just did that, like that would be offensive for sure.
So you're saying that you think that there's a male and a female as compared to a race where there's a bunch of different races. You think that's the same thing, though?
I just kind of feel like you shouldn't single people out for being the farthest anything to make it.
I think what it is when you say something like that, it's very easy to interpret it as like aren't you indirectly almost implying that
you are
somehow she's weaker? If you're like, oh, it's the last one remaining, like, wow. And I think that's what most women have a problem with.
Yeah, I think there was something that came out. Val said, "Who's taking offense?" I think I read something from. I don't think it was Schwan. I think it was one of. It was one of the girls from China, I believe. Maybe the yachts. I don't know her. I've never met her before. I'm not sure her name. I don't want to say her name wrong. But yeah, I read something where
Kitty,
she did.
Maybe.
Who?
No. Well, I guess she's from Taiwan. Kitty.
No, it's not Kitty. It's one of those. It's someone else. Yeah, Val says I think it's a marketing tool. I think it's a great marketing tool. I was saying this earlier, Doug. I think that when you say, I think it's an empowering thing for other women out there. Like, sure, like the best of the best women, maybe they take some sort of offense to that. But I think there's a lot of women out there who, when they see a last woman standing or they see a woman go deep, that empowers them to believe that they can maybe go deep, or that empowers them to.
It's very different. It's very different for a third-party news outlet to be like to like note it than it is for like the event itself to come on in over the speakers and be like, congratulations to the last woman standing. She got 103rd. Like this,
So is that what people are offended by? Is that part, or is it part of like Poker News reporting it?
Look, I'm not like, frankly, I didn't even know people were offended by this until you said it. So I'm not even going to begin to claim to be the expert in the field here.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see how that just comes across as you're belittling them.
Right.
And so like I kind of feel like they shouldn't be getting called out.
Yeah, so it looks like Remco said Kenny eliminated another person, and luckily we're getting some very, very great updates. And by getting great updates, I mean we're getting absolutely no updates from WSOP.com, unfortunately. So I think Remco's doing a better job single-handedly then.
Yeah, I had to give him some love. He's like on the grind right now.
I know, he grinds so hard during the World. He did a job last year with. For a not PC show, there sure is a lot of talk about the minutia of PC-ness. It's all for talk, but trust me. Doug, are you PC, you think?
What's up?
After you said that thing about heterosexual day, I think you might be a little more PC.
You know, I'm just like, look, I just like, my overall care level is pretty low, and I feel like it's just negative EV to kind of like take a position in the argument.
I agree.
Because it's just like, whatever side you take, no matter how reasonable you try to be, someone's gonna be like attacking you, and like, I honestly like, I tweeted something that was like, yeah, I think people should be able to like celebrate who they are no matter who they are, and somehow that was wrong. I don't know. I just like I just feel like it's like one of those things where like if I'm like, yeah, everyone's awesome, we should all celebrate that, someone's like, well, you're not a woman, or like I don't know, like I just can't. I've been instructed that it is more optimal to not take part in the conversation, and I just want to say that I respect all people, and I will treat everyone with respect. Again, respect. But I just don't know what's like correct in like the societal stance, I guess.
Someone said my mic was cutting out. I think it's gonna work now. But yeah, I agree. I think yeah, I don't take sides. I don't take hard stances on anything, because there's just, yeah, you don't want to get in a battle with people and that you can't win the battle, even if you present your argument very, very, very I mean, if you present a very logical point of view, still, it just, I don't know. It feels like nothing good really comes from it ever.
Nothing good comes from logic. Yeah, that's.
Nothing good comes from presenting things in a lot. It just doesn't. It just.
Today I learned.
I'm serious, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yo, what do you think about the heterosexual day thing? I mean, that can't remember the specifics of that, but that didn't turn out. You were presenting things in a logical, from a logical point of view, and that turned out in it. So.
Let's raise him. Really hit the nail on the head. He's trying so hard to not bury himself and say something silly. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just not gonna have like the audio, like the clip of me saying something I regret, and then turn it into like a whole social justice warrior or whatever. What are they call social justice? I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. Anyway,
not gonna be able to do it.
Who's in the man? All right, so we got
95 players left still. Yeah, we were talking about the players. We got lost at 5. Jerry Wong. Do we know? Is that Jerry Wang? Cousin? Jerry Wong?
I don't know who that is.
No?
Who's Michael Nowinski? Do we know that guy?
I just looked him up. There's an article on Poker News about him. Let me see. Professional poker player. 25-year-old psychology grad from Burnaby.
Nice.
Grinds online cash games for a living.
Okay.
Plays 2-4 to 1020 on sites including 888 Poker and Party Poker. Allegedly. Let's see. Yeah, looks like a basic 25-year-old kid from Canada here.
Okay. And then we got Jared Blesnick, and he had the controversial getting kicked out for life from the Rio for 3 days.
Yeah, for getting banned for. So
you're gone from the Rio for life until Thursday.
Yeah, Jared Blesnick was banned for throwing cards at the dealer and being very out of line when he busted out of a tournament. He was banned for life, and then he was back in the Rio 3 days later playing a tournament. Did you see that, Dan?
I didn't see that. No.
You've been following anything, buddy, huh?
I haven't been. No. That seems a little bit ridiculous, though.
Where are you at right now, Dan?
I'm in Toronto.
Okay, gotcha.
Gag says Jerry Wong is Humlin, longtime multi-table tournament player. There you go. Yeah, Remco's in the chat. He says, "You guys will love him on Snapchat, doing tons of from the main event." Remco, we've talked about your Snapchat on here numerous times, my friend. We've been enjoying following on the Snapchat. I personally been enjoying seeing the hands on Snapchat, and also I've been enjoying some of the tweets that you've been making as well. Much love.
I've especially been enjoying the Germans doubling up on your Snapchat.
Has that been happening?
Yeah, both of my German bros doubled up on a Snapchat in the last like half an hour.
Let me see. Someone sent me something. Oh, okay. Hola, Papi. Nice. Yeah, do you pay Remco extra to feature your friends on his Snapchat, or does he just do that on his own?
He does it for love.
Does it for love? Okay.
The lovin'.
Okay. All right. Who else we got on this list? Mike.
Right, let's move a little bit farther down. So we got Blesnick. We got Max Silver, the creator of the Snapchat.
No. Go ahead. Who else we got? Who else
Is
we
there
got?
something I don't? Is there something I don't know?
No, go. Who else we got? Tom Marchese on there. Andre Konopelko, aka is that Fish 2013 from Belarus?
No, that is not.
I mean,
It's not Fish 2013. I think I might know who that is, but I'm not.
He's
100%.
got 391,000 total earnings lifetime.
What just happened?
Yeah, so I recognize this guy from EPTs, but I don't know who he is online.
Okay.
Okay, why
older
why
guy.
can we not say Max Silver? I don't understand.
No, I love Matt. Max is awesome, but his product is killing the games of is a very detriment to tournament poker, and I just can't be a part of it. I will not be a part of it, Doug. It empowers you to take out your phone during a tournament, look at what range of hands you should have shove all in, and then shove all in with that range of hands.
So like, I mean, that's going to happen, and like people are going to have that eventually. So why are we mad at Max?
I'm not mad at him, buddy.
Okay.
I will not support the cause. Can't do it.
All right, that's fine. Tom Marquise,
Marchese.
whatevs. Big Cheese. Big Cheese is still in the tournament.
Do any of you guys know Valentin Vorniku from San Diego?
I'm not familiar, no.
Okay. The name sounds familiar.
Oh, Paul Volpe, still in the mix.
Dude, I feel like Paul's gone deep in so many things this summer.
Yeah, isn't he like he's like second in Player of the Year right now, and he's like just quietly been there.
Right. It just seems like every time I see him, he's like, made a day two, made a day two, made a day two. I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, the kid just consistently makes day twos constantly.
That's a good strat, actually.
I agree.
Busting day one, not the best play.
Antoine Saut is former November Niner.
Gotcha.
Gag says Valentin is a World Series Poker circuit grinder, has a bunch of rings. I think he's an alleged genius as well, too. I don't know if that's true or not. So,
Ugh, that sounds. All right. I met Per Lind in the main. I don't know who he is, but he was at one of my tables. Seemed like a nice guy.
Erlind from Sweden.
Yeah, he 3-bet and bet top pair twice against me.
Okay.
Didn't bet the river, and then said it was because if he bet and I jammed, he didn't know what to do and was scared of me, so he checked.
Do you find that people are scared of you when you're playing?
I feel like I have a very different main event experience than like most people.
Was
Or
that
just tournament experience in general, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I get like targeted, and like people take like either like they just take like huge stands for like no reason, and like it works out like pretty well for me in some spots, but then sometimes I just get like massively owned. So I don't know.
Hmm.
People are definitely like they don't like to bet and like worry about me raising, so like they like to be more polar, kind of all over the place, which is actually like probably better for them.
Why do you think that is?
Because like you don't want to get pwned by like some guy that's like is aggressive. I think. I mean, it's tough because I'm trying to put myself in like their shoes, right? So like I don't know, but I think that like a lot of people are more okay just betting a value hand in the river and folding to a raise. But then when like they think that you're some like heads up crusher guy that's probably just bluffing too much, and like they just don't want to like. They'd rather like kind of play defense and just check hands that they might normally bet. Which
Sure.
again, like, might actually be fine.
It looks like they updated. They put a couple updates on here. It has one of the.
Jason Les?
What are you talking? You have a bust out hand, Poppy. Jason, you see Jason Les? Where's he at in chips right now?
He's got 3 mil, bro.
How did he come back? What is happening? He's 47th.
The kid. Hey, it's cheap.
Got
and then
Gordo in the mix. Coming back too. He was on the shorter end of the stick for chip counts as well too.
Do you know I've actually never had someone I've had a piece of or swap with or whatever ever final table tonight? Ever.
Until now, potentially.
Well, yeah, I got some shots here.
This chip leader right now. The porno? Oh, don't be a porno. Okay. Ooh, I don't know. I don't want to misclick that. Let's see. Gag said quad. Apparently, the guy who folded quads allegedly, he apparently didn't actually show quads. The update just made that part up. He claimed to have quads, but didn't show it.
Oh, so he didn't have quads.
Right. Yeah, how does Jason Les, how is he in the Empire? He doesn't seem like the other Empire members.
He he's just in the lab, dude. I mean, like I actually like I gotta give Cheat some props. Like I would say Cheat is like the hardest working poker player I know. Like he plays poker every single goddamn day, and then like studies and like helps everyone else out, and he's like always figuring out what's going on, and like always finding the right games, and like doing the research, and like no matter how many bad beats in tournament he takes, he's just like positive. Like he's just like us. He's probably he's like the quintessential just like grinder, you know, but in like a good positive way, not just like someone that's just like degenning it up. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. There was just 6 eliminations from the Worlds to the main event, and none of them were updated. I'm past the point of fucking. I don't even know. It's just ridiculous. But speaking on Cheat though, yeah, that's yeah. He did a couple of streams with Tuck this summer. I know he did a bunch of commentary as well. So yeah, I think he came across pretty well for people that got a chance to hear him talk.
Yeah, he's just a really great dude.
Very nice. I like him. I like his dad too. His dad's very nice as well.
Oh, Papa Cheat's the man. Papa Cheat is just the man. He like snaps too, and he has some like real good snap game.
What is he Snapchatting? He lives in Southern California.
He just snaps jokes and just like videos. It's just good stuff. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but he's like a notorious snapper.
Hmm. What is this? Steve McLaughlin said on Twitter, "Why another poker boom? Women will be the answer. The potential is huge, but we need to change attitudes at the table first." I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. I mean, the problem is like the problem is that like poker is just really it really is viewed as like a man's game, you know, whether it should be or not.
Is it? Yeah, it is. I agree. I agree. It
What?
is viewed. It is viewed that way. I agree.
It's definitely viewed that way. It's like the Wild West gambler, and then like one guy goes all in, the other guy looks him in the eye and says, "You bluffing me, son?" No, that's just like the gambler. No, it's just like the gambler vibe poker has. And like if you look at it more as like a mathematical sport to be cherished of like strategy and like chess or any kind of like real strategy game, then it would have more like women involved. But the other side of the coin is like, for most poker players, you don't really have like, and obviously this is kind of a mean thing to say, but for most poker players, you're just not going to have the success, right? And so they're going to have a lot of time struggling. And so I think it's just something that the unknown and the volatility is less attractive to women in general. Whereas like there's way more guys that are just like, whatever, I'm just like gonna pack up, move to Vegas, and like try to make it happen.
Right.
That's what I did anyway.
Daniel, you got any comments on that one?
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's a little bit more. Yeah, I think guys are just like, yeah, again, it's just since we talked about political correctness, but I do think that biologically men are a little bit more prone to like risky behavior than women are. And I think to be a professional gambler, at least at the start, you have to be someone that engages in risky behavior. So
Yeah, I
think,
mean, my boy Joe Ingram is always participating in some risky behavior.
I'm so fucking out of line. It's insane, man. It really is.
This guy.
I really am participating in much ridiculous behavior. But I for playing a lot of tournaments and by a lot I mean playing 4 or 5 tournaments this year at the World Series. I gotta say, tournaments, man, they're how can you enjoy? I guess I could say you can enjoy tournaments, but it's like you fold for 4 hours straight, and then you pick up jacks and or queens, you're all in against kings, you're busted. Like, how's that fun?
Didn't you grind some tournaments this summer?
Yeah, I played PLO tournaments. I'm speculating on what I think happens in no at home tournaments. Okay, I know in PLO tournaments, I kind of found them fun actually. But you don't go shove all in PLO. You get to like play a little bit. It's fun. It's like it's. I mean, it's not fun because you sit there for 12 hours and you can't leave. But I guess yeah. I mean, I'm with you. It is a sick grind. And when I was younger, I always was like, yeah, World Series, time for a full schedule. We're gonna play all these tournaments. Like, I'm excited. And when I was younger, I mean like 1 or 2 years ago. But now I feel like when I'm playing these events, like it just takes a toll on me. Like, first off, you're a total hostage to their schedule. Like, Hostage. I love these words. Come
You're a
on,
hostage.
a hostage.
You're a
a
hostage.
hostage. Come on.
I mean, what are you gonna do,
You are
leave?
forced to play.
You don't have to play the fucking tournament though. You don't have to go
I'm
do it.
saying once you're in it, I'm not.
Right.
Come on.
Okay. Once you're in it, but when you sign up, you're not like you're taking a hostage by force. You don't sign up to be a hostage. I mean, it's not.
You're signing up to be a hostage.
Okay, I
You
guess.
are. I think that's the hostage
Okay.
situation.
You're paying to be a
I mean-
hostage.
Every event at the Rio is a really bad hostage situation. No, but anyway, I guess the way that I feel is that the more I've played tournaments, the more I just feel like I've kind of seen everything, and it's just like a grind. The less interested I am in wanting to continue to play them. So moving forward, I'm definitely gonna play less tournaments. I'm gonna play like the high value ones. Like Fees feels so strongly about this, by the way. He refused to play the main event.
It's crazy,
Refused.
dude.
I was like, Fees, are you gonna play the main event? By the way, actually, let me say this. Fees played one tournament this summer, or this year. One tournament. It was the tag team. Okay. He played one tournament and he won a bracelet. All right. And I was like, right afterwards, I was like, Fees, like, you gonna play the main? He's like, dude, it's a tournament. And I was just like, okay.
He's won the
And,
tournament.
like, he's like, yeah, how many days is the main for? And I was like, well, 7 days. You make it all the way. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm not gonna play a tournament. And so it's like 10K to play like the nut tournament. And yeah, it's a sick grind. Like I made day 3, it didn't cash, which blows. But the value's sick unless you're Canadian.
Bang bang. Sorry, Dan.
I can't believe you guys don't think tournaments are fun. But like, I actually enjoy them because there's so many different spots compared to any other no limit game. Like six max gets so boring because it's like you're playing the same ranges from every position. It's the same spots that come up over and over and over. And if you grind like a million hands of six max over the course of a year or two, it gets so boring and repetitive. Whereas tournaments, it's like all these different stacks, all these different ICM situations, especially when you're playing live. There's that aspect of the game too. So like for me, it's actually fun because there's so many different spots that come up.
I think that's fair, but I think you're more talking about just like tournaments versus cash games as structure. I guess I'm more talking about live tournaments. Just like live poker is very boring, IMO. Because it's just so few hands. Like especially in these tournaments when you get deeper, it's like every hour you probably play like 25 hands because it's just going so slow. People are tanking all over the place. Maybe even play less hands. And just sitting at a table with like 8 people I don't know, just like waiting for someone to tank pre-flop, like I just don't see how that's fun. I guess maybe that's me.
I've actually noticed that I had to put that on Snapchat, by the way, but I've noticed in PLO tournaments, there's much less tanking in almost every situation. Like, insta-fold pre-flop. It's maybe playing these no home tournament. What the fuck are they thinking about? I don't understand. PLO, these guys, everyone acted so fast in those. I was very surprised at that.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with people playing so slow in no limit tournaments. It makes no sense to me.
Well, the thing is this, like, I don't mind, like, taking, like, a standard approach. Like, I generally, like, I do, like, a little, like, 3-second tank thing before I raise, just so I have a little bit of time to think. And then, like, if I 3-bet, I generally do, like, a 10-second tank. And then, like, because, like, that way you actually, like, have some time in case, like, you have a close spot. But, like, when people are tanking for just minutes in spots that, like, they're just doing it for balance or whatever, you're just, like, really wasting everyone's time in, like, a pretty tremendous and spectacular way. Like, think about this in any other situation in life. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna all wait for that dude to just pretend like he's thinking about something for 2 minutes, so let's all wait here. Like, I mean, it's absurd. And so I don't really. I also, by the way, I'm fully ready to complain about this with absolutely no ideas for a solution. Okay, so I just wanted to say that because I don't really know what the answer is. Shot clock has some drawbacks, and like there's like that dude that was as like a basically trying to show that shot clock doesn't work. He like time banked every single decision to the maximum, and it still slows down play like a ton, obviously.
What a fucking
It's just
asshole.
tough.
Someone did that?
It's just tough. Yeah, someone was doing that. I forgot. Someone in the chat might know what I'm talking about.
Was that the guy? I'm not sure who the guy was.
Yeah, you're not going to make it perfect, but tournaments with shot clocks still play way more hands per hour. So, like, yeah, I don't understand the point of that. It's still an improvement over what it was before. Yeah, of
Do you
course
think-
you can still stall.
Dan, do you think maybe though that, to the recreational player that the or having a shot clock makes the experience a lot worse for them because maybe they have a spot they really need to think about, and now because like these idiot pros are just tanking with like aces to like balance, now they actually have to like do something in 30 seconds that's like frustrating for them?
No, I don't. I think that it actually makes it more fun for the recreational player. Like, yeah, it might be frustrating in that one hand when they have to make a huge decision in like 1 minute. But otherwise, I think it's way more frustrating when the recreational player sits there for 8 hours in a day and plays like 120 hands.
Hmm.
And it's
I
just like
I agree.
repetitive.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think that from like playing with some, like I think they only think about these things so long because they see other motherfuckers think about them so long. Like that's the reason why they think for 5 minutes because they see one of their favorite players or someone they perceive as good to think about it for 5 minutes. So they're like, maybe I should think about it for 5 minutes. Like I think that precedent has already been set by these other players, and that's why you see the recreational players do it. But if the precedent was something different, I think they would embrace that and probably enjoy that even more because the pace of play is just so much better.
I think that I think that for the upper tier recreational players, like the guys playing like the high rollers, the guys who are like play a lot of poker, the guys who are playing like 10Ks and like understand poker, etc. I think that those guys love the shot clock because like it just like removes this like tanking thing and like they kind of know what they're doing. But I do think for like the very recreational guys, like I played the main. There was like a lot of guys in it that I played with that were like super recreational players, and like they're just like taking the experience and they're like not they're not like they're not like, oh, this is another standard spot, I'm just gonna do this, and like I'm glad the shot clock's here. So some of those guys, I think that if there's a shot clock, it's like very off-putting because now they have to like play by this rule instituted that's like not really there to like prevent recreational players from being able to think about a tough hand, but is
Mm.
there for like the Jordan Christos of the world. That's the name of the guy, by the way. And like now they kind of do suffer there, and I bet you in like let's say the main event has shot clock, okay, which it never will, so don't worry about that, guys. But let's say that it did. I think that overall recreational players, the ones that are just like putting up 10K for the enjoyment and like play poker like a few times a year or whatever, I bet you a ton of them wouldn't play because now it's like so stressful to deal with that, and like they're not as familiar with the situations, and I think it would hurt the field
I
overall.
don't, not maybe the first year or two, but I don't think so in the long run. I think that
I
if
think
that
so.
became a precedent, if that was how things worked, I think people would adjust. They adjust in their own games like that. Oh, these
Yeah,
guys
but
have the.
the thing is, home games and stuff aren't ever going to be like that, and like you don't want to like put these people in an atmosphere that they're completely not used to, you know?
Yeah, Doug, I actually disagree pretty strongly because I think if it was like 5, 6 years ago, you'd be completely right, where there's literally a bunch of people showing up to play their first ever tournament and they have no idea what they're doing. But over the next, let's say over the course of the next 5 years, how many truly new people do you think are going to enter the world of poker?
You know what we should do? We should have Daniel Negreanu start a poll on this.
I was actually thinking about just asking people at the World Series of Poker. I wrote this idea after I left, like just talking with the people, like, hey, like, what do you think about this idea, that idea, sort of thing, like getting these people's opinions that we always say, oh, what does this guy think? Well, we like speculate what we think this guy thinks, but we don't actually like we don't fucking know what these guys really think that are the exact crowd of people that we're talking about here.
Yeah, that's
Thinking
true.
about online at least, like for example, Stars has a bunch of data on preferences of recreational players, and the tendency across all games has been to shorten the amount of time you have pre-flop, shorten the amount of time you have post-flop, etc. So, and I think that's because even recreational players, they seem to be the same ones that have kind of been around, and there's not that many players entering the player pool, and they just want to play a fast-paced game.
That's a
So I
good
think
point.
that somewhat translates to live, right?
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I mean, I guess Stars, if they're making these changes to get the recreational players more happy, which is debatable, then in theory, I mean, maybe they could. That could just be a way they want it. They want more hands. 'Cause they want to generate more rake as well too, which is certainly could be the case.
I'm
Charter
sure.
said
I'm sure their strategy is optimal for that.
Charter said on Twitter that the hand recently reported on Tony Gregg was completely inaccurate, and
Interesting.
I posted that I would come work for free. Like, I'll come do the updates for free. Like, listen, get me involved in this poker set. Whoever's like ESPN, someone get me involved. I'll do this motherfucking thing for free. I swear to, I'll do it for free. You don't gotta fucking pay me a goddamn thing. I'll just do it to give the people who are fans of poker something good and reliable and like enjoyable to follow. Whether it's anything, I'll work for free. Next main event.
All right, guys. I'm gonna have to call it a sesh here. Just got some dinner. I'm gonna go eat. I want to thank you guys for having me on this stream, and I want to thank the fans. And I have to, of course, just say, guys, if you've not checked out upswingpoker.com, definitely head over there and check it out. And add me on Snap, WCG Writer.
Bazam!
Bazam, guys.
Bazam! Bazam! See you later, Doug.
Sam. See you, Doug.
See you, good. All right, Ox, it's me and you, Poppy. Then there were two.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. You gonna be able to match Doug's energy here?
If we try. Absolutely not. It's actually, I always enjoy talking to people like Doug because there's, like, he's got such an opposite personality to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just, like, he's, like, a pretty intense personality. And I'm not, so it's always just, like, super fun interacting with people like that.
Doug intense? I can see it.
Doug intense.
I can see
A
Doug
little
being
bit.
intense.
A little bit.
Yeah, man. You know, I don't know about that, Dan. I just think that when you play a tournament and you bust out the tournament, you gotta leave the fucking tournament. You can't just keep playing the tournament. When you lose your chips, you gotta leave the tournament. What do you guys think in the chat, man? I do a poll. One, you think you should leave a tournament when you're eliminated, or two, you think maybe I shouldn't leave the tournament I'm eliminated. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. Just not sure.
I think Doug's listening still. This is awesome.
I can do that for spurts of time, but I can't keep that up, man.
It's hard.
I can't keep it up.
It's actually impressive because even on his streams, like from what I've seen, he's very energetic for the whole time that he's streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I can be that energetic for like 2 minutes.
Daniel, Zach eliminated. We have 87 people left here. I think that we're. I think I'm gonna start bringing. Listen, I'm gonna start bringing the fucking Doug. I'm gonna start bringing
Zach.
start bringing.
Oh, that guy. Oh, I know that guy. Yeah.
See you later, Doug.
I think he mostly plays PLO.
Oh no, that's not good. Daniel, Zach. Google him and see. The English guy looks like a
No, he's American.
American.
He's got really curly hair.
Okay. That narrows it down. Oh, he's American. Okay. WSOP is racist.
No, I mean,
You never.
I thought you pulled up a bunch of pictures off of Google Images, and we're trying to figure out who he is.
Bazam.
Griffin's in the lead.
Yeah, Griffin. How about Griffin, man? How about Griffin? People were saying, they were questioning if he still had it in the poker. Now he's deep in the main event, right? Deep in the main. I love how if you go deep in a tournament, all of a sudden now you're looked at as a good player. Last week people looked at you like you ain't shit. Now all of a sudden you go deep in a tournament or you win a tournament, people are like, "Oh my god, can I suck you off, sir?" Like it's crazy. Honestly, it is. It's crazy. And a lot of times the people that when they go deep in this tournament, they got like 15% of themselves, 20% of themselves sort of thing. And the whole tournament world, it's like a smoke and mirrors sort of thing, how it works, man.
Yeah, and also I think it's always just so interesting to think about that, like what you said, how people's perspectives change off of one result. But I also think that's a really good thing in the sense that like no one really knows who is actually winning. So if you think that you're in the top tier of tournament players, then your edge kind of sticks around longer. You know what I mean? Like if someone who's not beating 2-4 starts playing 2-4, they're gonna play 100,000 hands and be like, okay, I can't beat 2-4.
Right.
But so many people are just gonna run good in tournaments and not actually be winning, but think they're winning, and that has to be awesome for the poker economy.
Has to be, for sure. I mean, it has to be bad for. Someone says on Twitter to me. It's funny. Gordo's eliminated 87 place. Ace Queen versus Aces all in pre-flop. Ay, ay, ay. GG, Gordo. GG. That's not good, man. It's one of my favorite people left in the tournament. Damn it. Yeah, the tournament world, man. It's so funny how it works, man. I feel like I feel
But
like
don't you
there's
want?
people. What?
I was gonna say, don't you want it to be not transparent like that?
I guess. I don't know.
Like in a way.
Yeah, that's a really like evil standpoint to take though. Like
No, I just more mean it in the sense that so like are you talking about people having like are you talking about action selling or are you talking about like people not really knowing uh,
I'm talking
I
about
guess who
how
the
a
best
lot of
players are?
people are making a living by selling action. Maybe they sell too much action in these. Maybe they sell, DM me if you want to buy action. Maybe they're making a living off of action. Maybe they're just making a living off selling action.
Yeah, that's always really, really, really sketched me out about
Right.
tournaments.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's there has to be people doing that. 100%. I mean, if you can't, yeah, if you can't,
yeah, that's so yeah, I didn't realize that that's what you were talking about.
I mean,
Yeah,
also the part of just like people, they're surviving. Like they're the only way that they are able to play poker is by having to sell action for every single thing they play because they don't have any money. They don't make any money for themselves, and whether they're like being a personality sort of helps you sell action to these people, or getting lucky and finding a vulnerable person who doesn't know how to say no. I mean, these are like abilities. That's a skill. As a tournament player, it's a skill to find someone who find and befriend vulnerable people. That's an actual fucking ability, and it just seems like that shouldn't be the skill that allows certain people to be participating in poker events. I don't know.
um, I agree with you, but to make to make an argument against that,
Mm,
like so first of all, yeah, of course I hate all of that, but at the
mhm.
same time, if someone has that sort of personality, they're going to do things like that, whether it's in the world of poker or somewhere else. So if they weren't doing this sort of thing at poker, they'd be pulling the same tricks somewhere else. And since they are doing it in poker, well, them being around is kind of better for the winning players, isn't it?
Very much better for the winning players. I mean, listen, I shouldn't talk because these kind of guys are playing in the PLO games. I'm sure that I'm playing in the guys that are, I mean, it's so, you know, I shouldn't be that upset about it, but I'm not really even upset about it. I just find it very interesting. I found it fascinating, like kind of learning about more of these things when I was playing the tournaments, and just a little bit more of how it all works and how the economy works and how the players work and how things operate in the tournament world. I found it very interesting. Twitch Poker lives off selling action, B-Boy Legend says. Streamers would be broke if they didn't have plebs to give them money. Well, they probably wouldn't be playing the buy-ins that they play. Let's put it that way. So, but that's poker, right? Isn't that what they used to say on ESPN? That's poker.
That's poker.
That's kind of how it works. JM McGuire says, how much action do you usually sell? Do you usually sell a lot of action for tournaments yourself, Dan?
Well, for stuff like 50Ks and 100Ks, yeah.
What would you normally sell in something like that then?
It just
Roughly.
it depends.
Depends.
And probably not something I want to say.
Why not?
Um, I just don't see anything good coming out of it.
Mm.
I mean, people can kind of do the math. If I say that I'm going to be selling for 50Ks and 100Ks, and not selling for the lower stuff, then people can probably figure out kind of where my cutoff is.
Could they? Yeah, I guess you're right.
I think so.
They could. I mean, we're giving people credit though. You must be talking with different people than I'm talking with. So. You must be. Major pet peeve is Remco Stairs. Major pet peeve: loud cheering in the daily deep stack while the main event is down to 86 players.
Sorry, I missed what you said.
Remco said on Twitter, major pet peeve: loud cheering in the daily deep stack while the main event is down to 86 players. Is he kidding? He might just be kidding. I gotta ask if he's kidding or not.
That's a legitimate thing.
So people can't loudly cheer because the main event's down to 86 players or something?
They can, but that's a mistake in terms of planning where they placed that final table. It shouldn't be close to the final 8 or whatever tables that are left in the main event.
Right. No, I agree with that.
Like, I've really hated life before being really deep in a tournament or playing.
God forbid someone fucking makes a noise. Yeah, I feel okay.
No, but if you're
I
like
get it.
focused in like a high buy-in tournament, and then there's just like drunk people playing like a 1K bounty one table over, that can get really annoying.
Gag said the deep stack is going on in the same room as the main. It's sort of in the. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Why would they have it going on in the same? They closed down. Oh, they closed down Brasilia and Pavilion, so Amazon the only room left. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was like, why would? Yeah, okay. I was confused because I was wondering how can they be in the same room? Because yeah, it just. Yeah, I didn't realize they closed down the other room. Why don't they just keep them open for an extra day or two? I don't understand. I'm watching Remco's Twitter right now. Or Remco's Snapchat. I feel like Remco's stepped it up now that we've been showing him some love on his Snapchat game.
Yeah, he grinds pretty hard.
Do you follow anyone on Snapchat?
Not really. I have Snapchat. I think I follow you.
Shout out
or
to
I
me.
just have you. Is there a difference between having someone on Snapchat and following them?
Well, if you like read their stories and stuff, like you might have people added, but you don't actually watch their stories.
Oh, yeah, no. I just have Snapchat and just never check it.
Actually, do you guys, anyone notice PokerStars? So I don't think PokerStars last year they did something at the Palms. They had like a little room there, and it looks like this year PokerStars didn't do anything. They did like a speaking thing, I think, with the pros. Maybe it was about the legislation. I'm not really sure what it's about. That was the only thing PokerStars really did at the World Series this year. I found that interesting that they didn't do more at the event at all, as compared to last year and obviously in the years before that.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'm not even sure like what they're focused on right now, in terms of their, because I'm guessing they have very specific goals in the States right now.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what they're up to.
We have a new chip leader, it looks like. Jan Suchinich. Suchanik. Poker.
Jan probably.
Jan Suchanik from New Zealand. Very nice. There's an article on a New Zealand website. Let's see. The Nelson Card Sharp is one of 251 players left in the main event after 4 days. Let's see. He won his main event seat through winning a satellite tournament for a lesser buy-in. Interesting. Okay.
Well, you would hope it's for lesser buy-in.
Should Suchinich, yeah, bang bang. Should Suchinich make the final table of 9 days? Kind of a shitty article. Suchinich, a former Canadian resident, is regarded as one of New Zealand's leading players and often excels in mixed game tournaments. He came close to becoming just the second New Zealander to win a World Series of Poker tournament and the coveted bracelet that goes with it when second in a... Okay, so listen. So this article I just read, right? Why wouldn't they post something like this on the update site? Like, why wouldn't you tell people... So this guy's chip leader, right? He's chip leader right now. There's 84 people left. We don't know anything about this guy. If we just look at the updates, I haven't seen his name one time. I'm scrolling. I don't see it. I haven't seen it at all. I don't know anything about the guy. What if you just included this bit about the guy in terms of the storytelling part, in terms of the reporting part? Oh, and they can't... I mean, maybe too much to ask, but it just seems like including tidbits like this about the players that are going deep would be good. I mean, it tells you more about this guy. Who the fuck is the guy chip leading? Well, now I know a little bit more about this guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And it should be like when you should be able to click their name. Well, you are able to click their name, and there should be some information there, other than what they've played and where they've placed.
Right. Yeah. In theory.
Yeah, in theory.
In theory. Who would win? Let me see. What's up with Jared Blesnick? Remembering hearing he got banned. Do you know anything about the situation? They unbanned him, I guess. Jerry Wong elevates the chip lead, 11.3 million. I love how like he's got 4 million more chips than 10th place. Like a massive.
4 million more than
10th place.
10.
Then 10th place has a couple 100,000 more than 20 place. Hang your what?
It's usually like that though, isn't it?
Yeah, I honestly, I gotta be honest with you. This is the first time I've ever looked at updates like this in my history of my poker career. I never.
Yeah, because you never do the EPTs.
No, I don't know.
And at PCA, you weren't constantly reading updates, looking at
I
average.
I drank every single at the PCA.
You drank.
I was drunk. every single night at the PCA. Should we? I feel like maybe not if people heard that story about. Do you think it's late enough to tell the story we had at the PCA? Did we tell the story at the PCA?
No, people heard the story.
Think they heard the story?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, listen. If people know the story about me and Ox that we told on the podcast, type it in the chat. One, like if you know what the story is, someone tell me that they know what the story is in the chat. I'm curious of how many people actually know this. The story's epic. I forgot about the story until I just thought about it. I mean, I didn't forget about it, but like, yeah, it was a pretty.
We need to one up that story this year.
Ow, I don't understand. What the fuck could we even do? I don't understand. Skinny dipping in the ocean. Yeah, something like, yeah, that was definitely a part in the story. And the chicken fingers, of course. You know, I really, yeah, I was out of line. You hearing his girlfriend through the doors? Wait, what? Did I hear that? Girl?
Oh,
What was that about?
sorry, what, sorry, you hear, yeah, I think Fedor had a room beside us.
Oh,
And I think it's referring to that, something he might have said.
oh, okay. That's where you discover his girlfriend has strong hands. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. We're good. We've heard it. Evil Empire member Page Sheet is currently number 44. I'd be a good guy. Like what Huber's doing, what Dave's doing in the chat, I'd be really good at that. I'd be good at that job. How confident are you that Dan Coleman will make the final table? I'm willing to bet my life on it. Didn't the Finnish guy win the PLO event? Yes, Jeans 89 won the event, correct.
Oh, that's super fitting. I really liked your podcast with him.
With Jeans? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah, he's I didn't realize, I mean, you figure he's such a boss, but you didn't realize he's such a boss. Like he's pulling up to nightclubs in Finland with yachts with the most famous rapper in Finland, allegedly. Like, yeah, that's
And he's got sick hair.
and he's got sick hair. Look at this guy, buddy. On the updates, Andrew Daig doubles through Kenny Heller. Looks like this guy Andrew is an older guy, little gray hair, got a little tan, wearing a little polo shirt, doing a little point at the camera. He's got 40 big blinds. Look at this, man. I want to Google this guy, find out more about him.
I'm gonna read the action as.
Pretty Jack's first.
Yeah, nothing too special.
Andrew Said. Poker attorney? Poker player? Guy's story is. Looks like not much about him up there. One picture where he's wearing blue shark optic glasses. Okay.
I remember I got those, and then I wore them once.
I think
Or
they
I
would
wore
be.
them at one EPT.
I think those would be fun to wear. The blue shark optic. Yeah, this guy Andrew has 72,000 caches lifetime, and his Hendon mob dates back to 2005. 2005, 2009, 2010, 2011. One event each year. One event each year from 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. No caches. Then 2015, he cashed the main event last year, and then since then he's cashed a couple $500 tournaments for no money. So this is by far this guy's potential biggest score, his biggest score ever right now, and it could be massive score. Let's. I want to root for this guy, man.
Again, that's kind of that's a story you could make. This guy has been playing for 10 years
Right?
and is about to cash for more than he has cashed for lifetime.
Right. He's cashed for 72,000 total in his entire life. He started playing tournaments in 2005.
And he's looking pretty cool doing it.
I know, he's looking sweet, and now he stands in line to potentially. What is he taking home right now? We're at $67,800.
And
Wow.
there must be, so 84th, I guess at 81st, there would be a pay jump.
Let me check it out. Yeah, Brian Piccoli, I think his name was the Czar. He just got eliminated, unfortunately, in 84th place. Pay jump at 81, correct. $80,000 it goes up to. $13,000 pay jump at 81.80. Very nice. Jason Les takes a big hit. No. No. Where's the hand at? No hand. Gordinsky was eliminated. I actually wanted to read this hand because Gordo said on Twitter that he didn't think he could raise fold, but he said the decision would haunt him or he would stay up thinking about the decision. So I want to read the action real quick. Jan raises to 150,000. Action folds around to Mike Gordinsky in late position, who raises to 460,000. Jan moves all in, easily having Gordinsky covered. Says I didn't raise to fold and calls. Does not say how much the pot is for, unfortunately, so it does not matter. And
well, we'll see it because we can check how much his stack increased by.
Dare I say GTO? GTO. Holy fuck! Looks like a lot.
So it increased by 4 million.
Yeah, he was. Oh.
I guess it could be
3.2 million.
Okay. So it was. What is that, like 30 bigs? What is it right now? 3060?
Is it? Let's see structure. Yeah.
Yeah, if it opens to 140, it must be 3060.
Yeah, 3060. Yeah. So I guess Gordo's saying he didn't 3-bet to fold the hand. Pre-flop. That's why he made that statement.
Oh wait, no, we're right, yeah.
Oh shit! I know Jerry Wong. I follow him on Twitter. Sick, man. Chip leader, man. 11.3 million. Nice. Got here. Where did Jason Les take a hit? Yeah, people are getting on the World Series of Poker about their updates right now on Twitter. Dan O'Brien said, I don't know why anyone reads hands updates. When you see something worth discussing, it's often because it's wrong. Yeah, I would expect WSOP to do a better job of this next. I don't like. Yeah, I don't know.
It really can't be that hard to hire people that would be competent enough to take notes on a bunch of hands.
I mean, I met the people that work for the World Series of Poker. I like them, so I don't know. I don't know what it is. Is it an issue of potentially inputting the hands? Is it I don't know. I'm curious exactly like where the disconnect lies. Like, what's the issue?
Well, they probably just don't have enough people, right?
Why wouldn't they hire more people though? Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that weird. I think are we getting down to the last? Yeah, Gordo said on second thought, my bust out hand was almost certainly spew. But at least the board ran out in a way where I would have busted anyways. Interesting. Let's see here. They need to live stream the action. Yeah. Agree with you, Pop. Andrew. Liniments has been grinding 2.5 cent, 5 cent. I don't know what you're. Nice. Don't you think all of us low stakes cash players just can crush multi-table tournaments and win so much more money, especially at this moment where the rake has increased so much for cash games? No.
Yeah, just no.
I think that's a overestimated thing that
yeah, that's what people have always said, that like cash players are so good and tournament players just suck.
And that might be true, but what happens is, and you might, like sometimes in tournaments you just gotta fold for 3 hours, and then you end up going all in with a flip with ace king as jacks, and you lose.
That's actually how most tournaments go.
Right, and no matter how good you are, like that's just gonna happen to you. You need to win so many all in hands to be able to like take advantage of these bad players, as I think a lot of cash game players see it. And plus, as you mentioned, there's other abilities and skills and knowledge you have to learn about tournaments that are unique to tournaments. So if you don't know those, or if you learn, you're gonna play bad in those spots, even if you are good at the game or you're better than other players at the game. plus the variance even on top of that is just much.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, you could say that the population of, mid stakes cash game players uh, as a whole are probably more knowledgeable in terms of kind of like poker concepts, poker theory maybe, uh, than your average MTT player. But there are many skills that are specific only to MTTs, and without those skills, you definitely just can't walk in there and start crushing.
I agree. The Peru says so much hate for tourneys. I definitely don't hate tournaments, by the way. I hate playing 12 hours in one day and having to fold for 7 of them. Hate that, I guess. But, like, man, you got to fold for 4 hours. Like, it's crazy. It is. It's crazy. I'd say, Jay McGuire says, I'd say tournament players are worse at cash games than cash game players are at tournaments. Well, that's just because a lot of tournament players don't play that stack size. They don't play many turns and rivers, and the bet sizing tends to be different. So, yeah, probably why.
Yeah, it's harder to go. Yeah, it's just exactly what you said. Harder to go from one to the other.
Yeah. Have you tried to get Paul Volpe on the pod yet? I actually haven't officially tried to get Paul on the podcast yet. I have not. I got to do some podcasts, Dan. Who do you think I should get on? I have a lot of people lined up, but I just haven't done any lately.
Who haven't you done one with that's still in?
Let me look.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Kyle Marchese.
Yeah, he'd be a good one. Oh, you have to do a podcast with Kaju. You have to do it.
You think he'd come on?
I don't know, but it'd be awesome if he did.
Quan Lu.
Kakwan Lu.
Okay.
Lao?
Quan Lu. Perfect. Okay.
Like, I think a lot of people would actually enjoy that one. I'd watch it for sure.
I would enjoy any Potlam Omaha player you'd get on the podcast would be awesome.
Yeah, but especially someone like I just want to know him, because he goes from having like a $1 million swing, and then playing 2-5 Zoom before, and then like going back to playing 2-5 Zoom.
Right.
And it just seems he does all these things that I personally would be incapable of doing. So I really do want to know him as a person.
Well, I'm gonna try to reach out to this Quan Lu character here. I see something on Twitter or a YouTube video. Speaking English in the video? Oh, he's speaking Spanish?
I believe he is a Spanish guy that lives in Hong Kong, yeah, or in Macau.
He's a Hong Kong Spanish guy? What the fuck? That's great.
Yeah, I think
Never heard of that.
Lived in London or in the UK somewhere for a little bit, and then moved to Macau or Hong Kong.
Cool. I'm gonna add him on Facebook. We have 2 mutual friends, which are both people. See if we can get him on the pod, man. Definitely get Bax. He's a legend. Yeah, Johnny Bax is certainly a fucking legend. He's currently 19th in chips. Cliff Josephy. Very sick. Melon Reno. I like Melon Reno, by the way. Brian Paris wants to be on Bad. He just started streaming and is giving back to poker and wants to make poker in America great again. I like where his head's at. I like it. Cool. Maybe we'll get him on the pod. I don't know much about him, but so maybe we'll get him on the podcast one day. The Raid A Lot podcast was great. Very much.
Oh, I gotta listen to that still.
I enjoyed talking with Talal Shakerchi on the podcast. It's an enjoyable episode. Yeah, you didn't see that one at all? No?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
He's very, very no surprise GTO.
Yeah.
He's definitely, he is.
You gotta get one of the German guys on the pod, actually.
Which one?
I'm not sure. Maybe not even one necessarily that's still in the main.
I'm getting tired, dude. We might need to wrap this up now, man. We got 82 people left. I don't think anything eventful is going to happen tonight. Whatever happens tomorrow, I'll be back streaming tomorrow, and I will, B. Paris is currently number 2 in online casses and just got his 5th Triple Crown. That seems absurd. What does Triple Crown mean?
Triple Crown means you've won an EPT, a WSOP, and
Well, I think it might mean an online Triple Crown.
Scoop, W Coop, T Coop.
So he's won 5 of each?
I have no idea.
That seems pretty GTO. That seems pretty good. Yeah. Is day 6 going to be live streamed on WSOP.com? No, it will not. No, it will not. It will be live streamed on Twitch TV/Chicago Joey Poker. That's where it'll be live streamed. This is our resource, guys. This is it. I mean, unfortunately, I even got to say unfortunately because I wish there was something else. There might be a last standing black guy in the tournament. Hold on a second. Ryan Gwandu from Trinidad and Tobago.
Where is this? What place?
Trinidad and Tobago? No, I don't know if he's I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I see the flag.
Our last standing Trinidad and Tobago. Our last Israeli, Hari Berkovici. Marcos Extodrokotor from Brazil. We got Vladimir Gashkibian from Russia. Our potential last Russian standing.
A couple of Russian guys, I think, still now.
Oh my god, that guy is hot in the Reckoning set.
There's Maxim Sorokin also.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's Gorky Oliveira from Brazil as well. Jeff Hakim from Lebanon. Okay. Pavlin Karakikov from Bulgaria.
Wait a minute. So, actually, I want to know who that is. I'm just really wondering if it's eccentric BG.
Which guy?
The Bulgarian guy.
Oh,
I
the
was
Bulgarian
scrolling
guy.
to find
Okay.
the Bulgarian flag. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm getting tired too, man. It's 3 a.m. here.
I know, dude. I'm getting tired. The Reckoning says I'm a girl, by the way. I assumed you were a girl when you said you thought that guy was hot. Oh. I mean, but maybe not. I don't know. Sure you are. Yeah, allegedly you're a girl born in 1994, 22-year-old girl. I know Gordon Valle. I like Gordon. Yeah, that's it, guys. I'm actually gonna wrap it up, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I gotta eat another meal, and I gotta get to sleep.
I gotta start drinking at 10 tomorrow, so I really gotta get to sleep.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, you need to get to bed, buddy. I appreciate you coming on today, Dan.
Absolutely, man. Maybe we'll do this again Monday too.
Yeah, man. It'll be fun. I'm excited as things get deeper and deeper here. I'm excited to get deeper and deeper into this tournament. I'm excited to see if Dan Coleman, if Griffin Banger, if Max Silver, if these guys can there be a final table of players that we know and that we love? Can that be possible? I don't know. We're gonna find out though. We're gonna find out. I appreciate everyone tuning in, all the comments, all the questions. Shout out to my buddy D Huber out there. I appreciate you helping out the stream today. And Daniel, you have fun tomorrow. Enjoy your time.
I will, and thanks a lot for having me on, man.
No problem, guys. On Twitch, if you want to watch some of this back, I'll upload it to YouTube. And yeah, so we're going to sleep. 82 players left. Play ends in 10 minutes. 81 players left. Play ends in 10 minutes. And I'll be back tomorrow streaming it, guys. Much love. Peace out. Adios. Later, man. Peace.
See ya.